Hey, it is Monday, June 8th, and time for the best thing on Monday nights. Family night, of course, is the most important thing, but we hope we're part of your family night. It's the Wise Guys. I am Blaine Fowler, and my cohort tonight is my nephew.
Don't call me that.
You're my nephew.
Okay. I'm sorry. I rushed it a little bit too fast.
My nephew, Brian Logan,
I almost got offended for a second because you said cohort, not
my nephew. He's in the house. Dave tonight is he is emceeing the Deseret News High School Sports Awards in Salt Lake City. He's actually going to join us live from that award ceremony up in the Grand America. Is it the Grand or the Great? I don't know which. The Grand or the Little? I think he's at the Grand.
Little.
Is he at the Grand or is he at the Little?
He's Grand.
Yeah. So
regardless of
he's up in Salt Lake City. He's hosting an awards banquet tonight, emceeing it tonight. He's going to join us in just a minute. We want to remind you that Wise Guys is presented by Brady Plus and Mountain America Credit Union. Wise Guys is distributed by the Deseret News, who's Dave is representing tonight. Watch for this week's new podcast tomorrow, wherever you get your podcasts. And make sure you please subscribe to our free email at wiseguys.com. You can also watch all of our past content there. And we'd love it if you hit the free subscribe button on your YouTube channel while you're at it. We appreciate all of you joining us. Folks already have the chat just rolling here. Sylvia, as usual, in from Wisconsin. Always there. Feeling much better today, by the way. Wasn't feeling so well last week. Orongo, Missouri is enjoying the show tonight. Orongo, Missouri.
You know, when I first saw that, I thought it said oregano, like the spice.
So
like
we're glad to have Fort Walton Beach, Florida is in the house. The world's exploding over the Sorsby news. We'll talk about that. And just this is all I care about is about the defense going to look under K-Pop and crew. So we can talk about that a little bit. I actually talked to some of our defenders today. I was at high school camp today down there, and the coaches are coaching that. I have my oldest grandson is now in 9th grade. So he's in the big guy camp. So Bradley Fowler, who's the fastest kid from the point of the mountain to Springville.
Where's he going?
We know
to high
that
school?
because of track.
Where's he going?
He'll go to Lehigh.
So I was telling you before the show that my boys are moving back from Missouri.
That's right.
And in Layton, I just dropped them off at Mountain View. With Brandon Ogletree and Wani Unga is the head coach.
Wani's the head coach.
However, we still have some time.
So maybe
if we I'm just saying, I know it's open enrollment. I'm just learning this. It's open enrollment. We could make some decisions. After this is over, we could talk about some NIL.
Yeah.
Let me know.
So always nice to have Ruth in the house watching from Harriman. Heber City's on board here. Great fans from around the world, around the state of Utah, around the country, and around the world joining us. We'll keep track of what you got going on the stream. You can talk to us. You can talk to each other. Throw your questions out there, and we'll try to keep track of you. We're glad that you're here with us. We have a fun show in store, right, Bilo?
Yeah.
Big 12 football, just mentioned in the chat. A district judge's ruling gives Texas Tech a big boost, maybe. What does it mean for BYU? We'll talk about that. Yeah.
And then with BYU hoops, Bruce Branch has a nice run at the AmeriCup tournament in Mexico.
That's right.
And then we'll be sizing up BYU's Big Four. Impressive isn't strong enough of a word.
That's right. Big Four freshmen, right? Big Four freshmen. It's unbelievable. So Stadium of Fire is coming up next month. We've got Jim Evans in the house, Executive Director of America's Freedom Festival at Provo, former Orem mayor, dear friend of ours, dear friend of the show, going to come in and get us ready for Stadium of Fire.
And then, of course, Redmond Night with the Wise Guys and Harvey Scott. And then I think this is probably my best or favorite segment, which is the Re-Lyte Athlete of the Week.
That's right. So Harvey Scott going to join us. And talk about Redmond Night with the Wise Guys, which is going to come up next week. We'll give you a little bit more.
Which I have on my calendar.
Okay. Monday night's going to be there.
And I do plan, obviously, to attend. I also plan to be on, so I need another mic. You guys don't have to pay me for that one.
No, that's free. You're doing a stop-by show. So, and being a third guy, we'll have lots of fun guests that night because BYU basketball is going to be a big support part of that next week. So we got our BYU Superfan we've had on every week. It's been a new fun thing. So Cathy Warner-Habing, she's going to join us live from Linden, Washington, near the U.S.-Canadian border. I need to ask her, so she needs to get ready for this, if Linden is anywhere near Blaine, Washington. Because the last town, if you're driving from Seattle up to Washington, or from Washington up into Canada, the last town you go through before you cross into Canada is Blaine.
You have
just like me, Blaine.
You have a name.
I feel like it's named after me.
I have a city that's named after my last name. It's Logan.
Oh yeah, Logan, Utah.
Yeah.
Is that after your family?
Bronco.
So
Utah State.
And Bronco's up there now in your town. Good thinking.
He's in my city.
Good thinking. So, hey, we want to remind people about our sponsors that have that kept this show going for us for 5 years now. Yeah. Is that right, Jack? Are we at 5 years? I think we are. Yeah, 5 years. It's crazy. So Brady Plus provides cleaning, food service, packaging equipment, dispensers, and service for businesses coast to coast, including BYU, the Pentagon, and Disney World. How about that?
Right.
In addition, Brady Plus has over 150 distribution facilities across the country. A recent merger has boosted their employee numbers to over 13,000. At the head of it all is a BYU grad, Travis Brady, dear friend of the show. First sponsor ever on board, our first title sponsor. We're so grateful to Brady Plus. You can learn more at bradyplus.com.
And we're also grateful for Mountain America Credit Union, helping people achieve their financial dreams for over 80 years. Whether you're buying a home, planning for retirement, or managing daily expenses, Mountain America has the tools, technology, and guidance to help you succeed. There's a lot more information waiting for you at macu.com. That's MACU.com.
Our Re-Lyte Athlete of the Week each week is presented by Redmond. The secret is in the salt. Learn what it can do for you at redmond.com. And that's a good time for us to talk about what we got going this next week. Redmond Night with the Wise Guys is coming up a week from tonight. And we'll broadcast our show live from the Redmond Heritage Farm Store on 8th North and Orem. That's right behind Sonic there, kind of State Street and 800 North, just west of State Street behind Sonic. They've got a beautiful store there and restaurant there. And that's the home of Redmond Re-Lyte right there at the Redmond store.
I hate to interrupt this, but I have a lot of memories. When I was playing late nights there. Good.
Oh, so
good
it is a good place. We just had dinner there the other night, and their burgers are top notch, really, really good. So, we'll have a special guest there, free tacos and Re-Lyte drinks, prizes, autographs. We're gonna have a great time right there in the parking lot. That's from 6 to 8 p.m. next Monday night. It's gonna be our first remote show, Bilo. All these years, we have not taken the show on the road. We've been here in our secret studio for all of these years. We're going to go on the road. So all of you out there, come make history with us and join us for Redmond Night with the Wise Guys next Monday at the Redmond Heritage Farm Store on 8th North in Orem.
If anybody wants to know the address, I'm gonna put my Venmo in the chat so you guys can Venmo me if you guys want to know the address.
Well, it should be really, really fun. A lot of the BYU basketball folks are going to be involved in this, and coaches are going to be over there with us. Lots of free food, lots of good stuff going on, and if you haven't had a chance to see the Redmond Farm Store there, that'll be great. Yep. But also a chance to be with us there live for an historic night for Wise Guys where we've never taken it on the road.
Yeah.
Never done it before. We hope it works. No. I have every confidence in DJ and Jack that they're going to get us on the air and it's all going to be flawless. For sure. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're local or if you're not local and you're in town, make sure you come out and join us. And so it'd be a lot of fun. You're going to be there, you said.
I'm okay. Me and my son, and like I said, he's been gone for the last 5 years. So he's comes in the summer and spring break and Christmas break, and so now that he's officially moved back here and he's of age, he's 14. Mm-hmm. I'm just so excited to get him around sports and be able to show him what D1 looks like. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Fun stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
It's fun to have him around. Yeah. So cool stuff. So lots of folks still coming in on the chat from Columbia, Maryland. We got Columbia, Maryland in on the chat. Love that. That's Jolie Dishes, I think it says.
Jolie Dishes.
Yeah.
That's a
folks asking why hasn't Texas Tech coach taken a stand? I've heard how honorable he is. We'll see. We haven't heard. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. We appreciate that. We were just talking about Dave being up in Salt Lake City. So he is ready to join us now. So we'll introduce Dave. As mentioned, he's hosting the 4th annual Deseret News High School Sports Award tonight. in Salt Lake City. Let's check with him live. And it's from the Grand America Hotel.
Grand.
There he is. Look, he's got a tux on.
Dave, you look good, Dave.
Right.
Dave, tell us about what you've got going on tonight and what it all entails. And we're glad you joined us for a few minutes on the show tonight.
I was a little worried because, I don't usually miss our shows. And in 5 minutes, Bilo says he's putting his Venmo in the show notes. And the live stream of that, man, we introduced some new rules real fast. Bilo, good to have you there, as always, with us on Wise Guys. So, yeah, Grand America tonight. It's the Deseret News High School Sports Awards. Get a chance to do this every year. So I write for them. And so tonight, they got hundreds of the top high school athletes in here being honored. And it was interesting going through all the bios and stuff. There are a lot of BYU kids that have had great high school years across the state of Utah that are coming to Provo. Dean Rickards, one of them, Brock Harris, Graham Livingston. If those two weren't out on their missions, they would be here tonight because they're being honored. Bot Mulitao, the big lineman, is here. Austin Shelley from golf. And then there's Cougarettes and soccer and track and field. Anyway, BYU's getting a whole new batch of student athletes, and a lot of them will be in the spotlight here tonight. One thing I've noticed, guys, over the years, there's a great athletic year, and then another year comes, and you're like, how can anyone be better than this current group? And then a new group comes along, and they are better. And what I'm going to read up here tonight with these student athletes, high school kids, will knock your socks off. It's like last year was the banner year of athletes, and then here comes this group, and they blew last year's group away. And yeah, could there possibly be another Jane Hedegren? Of course there will be. We don't know who that is, but they're coming. And in this group that's going to feed, athletic programs all over the country, certainly throughout Utah and a lot of BYU, man, the brightest and the best, they just keep coming out of these high schools. And Deseret News is committed to covering high school kids and their journeys through athletics. And then tonight's the culmination. I had some tacos over there.
Nice.
People are starting to file in. They got no idea. I'm going to read like 300 names or something like that.
Wow.
And you know what? There's a lot of folks who have a lot of vowels in their names that I'm going to tackle here tonight.
Dave,
So,
I've had a, I would say this maybe come to Jesus moment, so to speak, where based off of what you said, as far as having new recruits and better recruits and better recruiting class and all different sports for BYU, I had a really hard time when I first came here to watch any type of high school sports because I was like, this is horrible, especially coming from Cali, being D1. But now it's getting better. It's getting more entertaining. Do you think that it's, the state of Utah has already had this type of talent? Or is it now that BYU is starting to get this type of talent that now we're more aware of it?
Well, Bilo, every time you have a come to Jesus moment, I got the missionaries on speed dial waiting to come over to your house. So I'm glad you're having one of those. It's interesting that they're bigger and better. Kids are stronger and faster. And for us to think, no, there will never be a class like this particular year, history's proven us wrong. And, man, we saw some great high school football players this last year. A whole bunch of them are going to play for BYU this fall. That's how good they are. Are there more of them at a higher level? I don't know, but as Blaine has talked about a lot on this show, BYU's in the game for all of the best, and that includes right here at home.
Yeah, it seems like in the past, when BYU wasn't in a power conference, some of the marquee players BYU would lose to Oregon or to Stanford or to USC or even to Utah in some recent years. It just feels like BYU's turned that corner. Do you sense that as well, Dave? As you're looking at this list of kids that are there, it just seems like BYU can get any of those kids now, regardless of what the sport is.
A lot of stars next to a lot of these kids. And, what team don't you want to play for that's at BYU right now against the level of competition that they're playing against? And on the TV networks that they're experiencing, it's night and day from those years of independence, that's for sure. And they don't get all of them, right? But as we've said, they're getting a lot of them. And you can only have so many of them, right? You can fill the basketball team. You can get if there's 18 great players that stay to Utah, you don't have enough spots for them. So you try to get the best that you can, and then some are going to go to other places. But it is fun to be in the game. And over the last 5 years on this show, as we've documented these kids coming in, BYU very much in the game. And that's what makes things exciting for September 5th or the soccer opener or the women's volleyball opener, the next sports out of the gate as we cruise through the summer. And a lot of that starts right here tonight as the Deseret News recognizes the best of the best, and then we'll recognize them as they come to BYU and perform on the field or in the pool or on the golf course. But there are some great times ahead, that's for sure. I know you got a big show tonight, so I'll let you go. That Sorsby thing is crazy.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about it.
Yep.
Yeah, while you guys jump into that, I got a column in the Deseret News on that this afternoon. Some folks can see that at Deseret.com. Say hi to Jim. I'll see him soon at Stadium of Fire, and Harvey, and have a great show. And hello, Cougar Nation. I'm going to go to work and spend some time with the future of Cougar Nation.
There you go. Thanks, Dave. We'll let you get to work. And you can comment on the Sorsby thing next week when we're together for our first on-the-road show ever out at Redmond Farms. So
it's going to be nuts. Yeah.
Have
see
fun.
you guys.
Have fun. We'll see you, Dave.
See you, Dave.
So, yeah, Dave brings up, like, and everybody's mind is this Sorsby thing. So let's talk about that. BYU, it affects BYU a little bit. So a district court judge in Lubbock County, Texas, today, he ruled that Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby, remember he transferred from Cincinnati, will be allowed to play this fall following a 2-game suspension for gambling. Now, remember, originally, the NCAA ruled that he was ineligible for gambling on sports, including his own team.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting thing, right? So but that was back when he played for Indiana. So it was Indiana before Cincinnati, right?
And this is when he was a redshirt freshman.
Right. So he asked for an injunction from the court system, and he won. He got the injunction. The injunction states the NCAA cannot keep Sorsby from practicing, playing, or otherwise participating on Texas Tech's football team for the 2026 season. The NCAA says it strongly disagrees with today's court ruling. They're expected to appeal. You would expect that they would do that. The NCAA would. The Red Raiders allegedly paid Sorsby a reported $5 million to play in Lubbock.
Crazy.
And then the whole gambling thing, and then the suspension, now the injunction. So, what do you think of all of this craziness?
I need. We all know. For those that don't know, I went to a junior college, so I only played 2 years here, and based off of this, I want 2 years back. If he can get,
you want an injunction to get you 2 years back.
If he can get eligibility from gambling, I need my 2 years back from the NCAA.
It's an interesting thing, and I'm interested to know what you folks think out on the chat there, because I'm not sure that Texas Tech. We haven't heard a statement from Texas Tech. Is Texas Tech saying, "Yeah, we support this, we want them," or has Texas Tech already thought, "Oh man, you know what? We didn't know he had this, so we want to move on." Is it disruptive to the team now when they've made plans? Remember Hammond, the return missionary, great backup quarterback last year, started against Utah, and then he got injured. He's coming back from an ACL. Seems like the future there. Have they already moved on? Is this going to be disruptive to the team? Is this a good thing or a bad thing? We know he's a great player.
I think you make it. I've heard all different types of stuff and feedback. That's one thing I haven't heard. What you said. Which is how is this going to disrupt the team? Yeah, that's really interesting, because when we all know as players, when there's a cancer on the team, or if your star player gets away with one thing, me as a backup or a role player, I'm gonna say, if he could do that, that means I could do it. Right. So and really what it does is, when you think about authority, right, and you see coaches that have these morals, these values, these principles that turn, the cheek for a certain specific player or situation. Now, as that role player, I'm looking at him like, everything that you've said up to this point that you've been teaching me is BS.
Yeah, because you're gonna. I don't know, because we haven't heard a statement from Tech on what they're gonna do. I just think it could be disruptive.
Yeah,
and we'll see what happens in the coming weeks. We're going to see appeals from the NCAA. I'll be interested to see because universities have to be really careful and thoughtful when they come out with a statement on something like this.
Well, you know what? So me as a marketer and in PR and all that, they shouldn't say anything at all. They just be quiet and
not say.
Don't say
Sit back.
anything.
We see BYU do that a lot. It's like no comment. We don't
Right.
comment.
And
on
they don't even got an honor code.
Right. You're right. So,
Just, what's crazy to me is that there are. I feel like this is a black and white rule. Like you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do that, and if you do this or if you do that, then here's the penalties for. Why? How do they overcome that?
I don't know what goes through the minds of people that are thinking differently. So interestingly, Ross Dillinger of Yahoo Sports, big writer that has a huge following, he reports that some of the Big 12 ADs have already discussed not playing Texas Tech this season. So that would be interesting to see if that holds up.
We should do that if we have to play them in the conference championship. We should do that.
See, it doesn't affect BYU until the conference championship, right? Because they don't play them during the regular season this year. Remember, Sorsby played for Cincinnati last year, Bilo, and BYU handled Cincinnati at 26-14. Yeah. Now he'd be surrounded by better players at Texas Tech.
And I remember what you said. I remember in the green room when we were watching, you were like, if this kid had a better supporting cast around him, he would be scared.
I happen to know the BYU defensive staff really well last year, and I asked them who the best quarterback they played was last year, and they said Sorsby.
Yep, right there you go.
So
when
think about it, Texas Tech's guy was good.
Yeah, he wasn't.
But they felt that Sorsby, they said it's a good thing Sorsby wasn't at Texas Tech last year. They would have been even better.
And
they probably would win a game in advance in the college football playoff as well.
Easily, that was their biggest weakness. Which is crazy to say.
Yeah, Baron Morton was a veteran guy, but he didn't have Sorsby's mobile and accurate, and so this is going to be interesting. He comes back and they embrace him. It's a huge difference maker for Texas Tech.
And when I first saw the schedule and I saw that we weren't playing them, I said, first and foremost, I said, yes, thank you, baby, Jesus.
Yes.
Second was, okay, because we all know that I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm like, okay. I see how they're trying to set this up so it doesn't happen like last year, right? And then I thought of so then when I found out the news, I was like, this is money.
Yeah,
this is a gift that's given to us. All we gotta do is check it. Then this morning when I was driving to work and I heard this and I said, no,
it's bait and switch.
No, we're about to lose again. No.
It'll be interesting because they had. Think about how many guys in the front seven they had that moved on in the NFL drafted. True. So I don't know. They're going to be very good, but I like BYU's chances if this defense can come along because I think the offense can take a step forward. Oh, and the talent at BYU is better, so we'll see how it goes. So speaking of talent, one of the really talented positions is linebacker, right? And Cade Uluave, the linebacker, is listed on ESPN's most impactful newcomers list. This year's list is number 83. Is one of the top 100 impact college football players. He transferred to BYU from Cal. He's going to replace Jack Kelly. This is a 6'1", 235-pound backer that was first team All ACC last year with 100 tackles. 12 tackles for loss, 5 quarterback hurries. So he's a guy that can pass rush. 34 games over 3 years at Cal. He comes in as a senior. So he's got 1 year to make his mark. I think he's going to have a huge impact. And so BYU is very talented. They replace good players with good players. You replace Jack Kelly with Uluave, which I think is good. They, along with that, Athlon Sports, which does all these preseason previews, released their top linebacking groups in college football. And BYU's in the top 10. Yeah,
I mean, you think about this list, right? So BYU's at 10. Number 1 is Georgia. Then you have Notre Dame, who BYU will play on October 17th. Then you have Indiana, LSU, Oregon, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, and then Tennessee. So I don't think Tennessee made the playoffs last year, right? No. But if you look at 8 out of the 10, and this ranking all made the playoffs.
Yeah.
So for BYU, so 2 things. We should have made the playoffs.
Yeah, we should.
we should have made the playoffs. But 2. And I keep saying this because I keep pinching myself. I think we've arrived.
Yeah,
we've arrived.
They're starting to get national recognition. Yeah. People recognize them. So for sure. Hey, people, by the way, are talking about you. They're talking about the Sorsby thing. They're saying this precedent is scary. This is what Nor Chan Bento. I can't read those. It's too far away from me on the monitor on the other side. They're saying Texas Tech name should be changed to the Gamblers, the Texas Tech Gamblers. But then, hey, Robbie Yuki's saying How about a GoFundMe for Brian's legal defense to get his 2 years back? And then people are like, can he play running back? Can he play wide receiver? Where they think about BYU?
Actually, you know what? I don't think it's I don't know if it's online because I was old. Well, I am old, but this is actually how I got my scholarship. So playing junior college, I started at corner, played tons of running back, played receiver. So if you look at my highlight tape, I have punt returns, I have kick returns, I have touchdowns from being a running back, from little screen bubble passes, and then I have interception returns. So
that's what they say. If you want to make it in the NFL too, do more things.
That's why
I think Tanner Wall will make it.
Yes,
because he can do so many things. So, I like what John Franklin says. He says, "I hate the boycott talk. Let's just give Tech's best team our best shot in the championship game." So
I don't. You know what? The more games that we get, the more money I get from BYU TV. So
we want more games. So. Anyhow, so BYU top 10 linebacking core in college football, getting some recognition. Lindy's College Football National 2026 Preview Magazine. That's out now. We always look to that. BYU's ranked number 15.
Yep.
So there you go. The respect you're talking about. They're picked second in the Big 12 behind Texas Tech. Mm-hmm. They have some Big 12 first team preseason players. Cade Uluave, who we just mentioned. Evan Johnson, Falitau Satawala. How about this? LJ Martin's second team. He was the offensive player of the year in the league last year. How was he second team? Come on, Lindy's.
Yeah, see, this is where I think even though we have national recognition, this is my issue with TV and where we're slotted at. Because on Saturday nights we have the last game usually, right?
Yeah.
8:15, and you think about national coverage. Those guys on the East Coast, they're asleep.
Don't see it.
They don't see it. This is clearly
he's first team all conference guy, right? Come on. They have Bear Bachmeier ranked as among the top 25 quarterbacks in the country, so that's fair, right? There's a lot of good quarterbacks in the country.
How come he's not? So how come he's not in projected second?
Yeah, I don't
see what I'm saying.
Here's the thing: there's some really good quarterbacks. In this
actually, you know what? You're right. I take
so
that
many
back.
good quarterbacks in this league. That's the problem.
I take that back. Right. I take it back.
So hey, national recognition though. They're getting a bunch of it. Most expensive games for 2026. This is via SeatGeek. So, I'm a StubHub guy. No, I don't know what I am. I use whatever I can use. So, but this is from SeatGeek. They're saying, hey, on the secondary market, here's the most expensive games in college football right now. Number one is Texas and Texas A&M. They're selling the lowest price are $686. Okay, Texas versus Oklahoma is $612. Ohio State at Texas $600. LSU at Ole Miss $541. BYU at Utah comes in at number 5. Currently on the aftermarket $530. Right, and Notre Dame at BYU $468. So
wait, we're 5th and 6th.
Yeah,
on this list
for the most expensive tickets.
Hey, fellas, we're there. Round of applause
there
for us.
Go.
We've made it.
We've driven the price up.
We've made it.
A note: the Notre Dame, they're listed as a 10.5 point favorite early. If you want to go bet on it right now, they're a 10.5 favorite over BYU.
Can I change my bet if I make it right now?
No, I think it might be. I think that's giving Notre Dame a lot of credit. There's lots of people have number 2, number 3 in the country.
That's what I mean.
But 10.5 points in Lavelle Edwards?
Yeah, no, it's not happening.
Yeah, I don't
think so. That's not happening at all.
So,
at all.
Yeah,
I have 3 boys.
You bet all of them?
I bet 2 and a half of them.
You can't keep a half. 2026 Big 12 bowl schedule is out, and they've released that. Dates announced.
Yeah, it's Alamo Bowl, December 29th. Is that a possibility for us? Right, because we're Big 12, right? So Pop-Tarts Bowl, which is great last year and got tons of national
outside the college football playoff, those two are the two best bowls for the league. And BYU's played in both the last 2 years.
And again, the national recognition, the branding from the Pop-Tarts Bowl, like that bowl within itself is taken off. And so to be a part of that branding and that recognition is great. Happened last year. Texas Bowl, December 31st. Liberty Bowl, January 2nd. Cactus Bowl, December 26th. And then the Independence Bowl, December 22nd. Out of all of those, which ones would you want to go to?
I'd say Pop-Tarts Bowl would actually be my favorite. Alamo Bowl second because it's such a good bowl.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? Almost exactly in the order that they're in.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, so Alamo Bowl, Pop-Tarts, Texas, Liberty, Cactus, Independence. I think they pay exactly like that, and that's how they pick. So, but I like the Pop-Tarts Bowl better than the Alamo Bowl just because I like Florida.
Well, I'm telling you, when you so I didn't get to do the game because I was like sick. Like I had bronchitis, which is weird
Yeah.
for a grown man to have bronchitis. But I had bronchitis, so I missed the I missed the game. And I'm online and I'm looking at on Twitter and X, and everybody. This is not just BYU fans, but there was so much national recognition. Everybody was like, I had no idea the Pop-Tarts Bowl was this cool.
It's a cool
I had
bowl.
no idea this was a thing.
They do a great job.
I'm with you there.
So that would be my favorite. So viewership numbers. So when they combine football and basketball, so multiple programs. Super West Sports has done a little research on this. So this is teams in the Western United States. Oregon has the highest combined viewership.
This is both. This is
right,
both.
football, basketball. 81.24 million watched them perform this last year. Arizona's number 2, 63.84. Huge basketball following, right? And they have a good football following. BYU's number 3, 58.18 million.
See, told you.
Washington is number 4 at 40.15 million. And USC is number 5 at 39.52.
You know what would be interesting?
How about that? Washington, USC behind BYU.
We're hit, fellas. We're here. we should get a Wise Guys shirt that says we're here. We've made it. What's interesting for me is I would like to see what the percentage breakdown looks like for both. So, for example, guaranteed Oregon football is way higher
compared to basketball.
And same thing with Arizona.
Arizona's basketball is higher, right?
But not us though.
BYU's pretty balanced. They're high in both. So,
yep. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's interesting. BYU is. You're right. They've arrived. Dennis Pitta, by the way, he's on the 2027 ballot for the College Football Hall of Fame, which I think is good stuff.
Dennis, good job, Dennis.
Yeah, he played at BYU in 2004, went on his mission. Then 2007 through 2009, he was the go-to guy. The tight end caught 221 balls, 2,901 yards, and 21 touchdowns. He started off as a walk-on, and he finished as a consensus All-American.
You can see, if I was white right now, I'd be red. I'd be blushing because Dennis. I played with Dennis.
He was so good. If Max needed a first down, it's like, where's Dennis? I don't care if he's covered. I'm just going to throw it to Dennis. He had Austin and Dennis and Harvey on that team when you played with those guys.
Yeah.
So what a crew.
The drive. I don't know if I'm articulating this the right way, but when it came for, like you said, for Max to find somebody and to continue drives and keep the sticks going, and for us to continue to sit down on the bench and rest.
That's the defense. Dennis.
Dennis.
That's
Thank
all
you, Dennis. Thank you. Congratulations. You deserve it, man.
Yes, there you go. So good stuff for Dennis, and I'm very, very worthy. So we have Jim Evans here, our good friend, and we're going to have him make his way up while I give you just a couple more bits of news, and we'll get Jim in place. We're so happy to have him here with us. Some baby news. I just mentioned Tanner Wall's name. Yeah. Wise Guys sends its correct congratulations to Tanner and Corinne Wall for their new addition. Drake Lawrence Wall, born just over a week ago. Baby and mom are doing great, and the bar is set for Drake. Yeah. You have to be an academic All-American if you're a Tanner Wall kid, right?
Somebody said in the chat. Academic. Somebody said in the chat, can't teach 5'6".
Can't teach 5'6".
That's funny. So hey, you are right. You know, when I was driving to drop my son off, he's kind of talked about it a little bit, and I kind of told him, like, buddy, I'm not you, you're not me. Like, not.
There's no bar.
This is you. This is you. This is your. But see, Tanner's a little different to me.
Yeah. Tanner's kids have to be academic All-American. So, also, this makes it feel like the NFL's on the horizon. NFL Hall of Fame game: Panthers and Cardinals, August 6th on NBC. That's 8 weeks from Thursday.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So within two months of NFL football back on television, that's great stuff. So. We've got our good friend Jim Evans in place. So our next guest, he's the executive director of America's Freedom Festival at Provo, former mayor of Orem. It's always a pleasure to welcome Jim Evans to the Wise Guys. Every year, I think this is the time of year we have you on. We should have you on more than this. A wealth of knowledge about all things: government, sports, community. Thanks for being with us again,
I have a question. So you're the former mayor of Orem?
I am.
So if I get put over for like a ticket, why are you laughing? I'm just saying, can I call you?
My brother always says, "Can you get me out of it?" No, Dave. So I guess I can't get you out of it.
Okay.
Nice try though.
I had to try.
My wife was furious today, Jim, because I was driving up the hill into Orem, but I was going up 4th South. Came out the back entrance of our neighborhood and I was in her car, which I should never drive her car. I shouldn't even say this, but
say it.
she's got a Porsche Macan twin turbo.
Yeah.
And when I drive it, I don't feel like I'm driving fast. I drive a Ford Explorer. Like I can step on it and it takes a few minutes for it to get going. So I get pulled over by an Orem police officer because I just got to the top of the hill in Orem. And he said, do you know how fast you were going? I'm like, I actually don't. This is my wife's car. I don't even know how fast I'm going. And he goes, well, you managed to get from this stop sign to this stop sign from 0 to 57 miles an hour. And it's 25. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And he goes, you seriously, this isn't your car? I go, no, it's my wife's car. I never drive it. He goes, dude, you need to slow down. Do you live here? I'm like, I live right there. And he's like, man, okay, I'm gonna let you go, but don't drive your wife's car anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Is that a great cop or what?
Try your wife's car thing.
But my wife got pulled over today in Orem and they gave her a ticket on Center Street.
I'm gonna say Jim Evans is my uncle.
So
There we go.
here we go. Well, Jim is a great friend to have. He's a great friend of the show. He's a dear friend in real life. And Stadium Fire, as we get into the month of June, we always want to talk about the Freedom Festival and about Stadium Fire. You've got Brad Paisley, Nitro Circus coming this year. What are you most excited about this year's event?
This year's event, and by the way, I got to say hi to Kirk.
Yes, thank you.
Got to say hi to your pop.
Yeah,
so,
thank you.
He
always listens to the show.
I know he does.
So,
love your dad, loved your mom. And
thank you, Jim.
what am I so excited? Well, this year, it's just America 250, and so we're trying to do some extra things this year. We have Brad Paisley is coming back again, the Mr. Paisley on the guitar, great guitarist. We have Gentry, the Gentleman Trio. We have Nitro Circus, insane stunts. I don't know if people know. I know a little bit about it because I've seen them back east before. But tell people what Nitro Circus is. Oh my gosh, these guys are doing flips. They're doing all out everything. One hand, no hands, and then they come down on the ramp on the other side.
This is like on BMX bikes and
only on motorcycles.
And on motorcycles.
On motorcycles, and this year to be America 250, they're going to have flags on the back of their motorcycles to make sure part of the the things we're celebrating this year. But
is that new this year?
We had them about 4 or 5 years before.
And people raved about it. And you've had Brad before as well.
We have.
Brad's dad, Doug, is a good friend of the show and comes on and previews West Virginia for us all the time.
In fact, do you know that Brad Paisley and Governor Cox are really tight?
Is that right?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
What happened that a number of years ago, Governor Cox was back at a government thing back in D.C. He went with Brad Paisley to his bar and they played guitars together.
Is that right?
That's right. And so they're really good friends as well. So
how did you get Brad to come back this year? How does that process go?
Process works. We look and see who's available. I see who I can afford. I want to keep the ticket prices down and not charge too much. We look to see if once again, if BYU will approve them. So there's all those variables. And of course, Brad, made the cut.
Yeah, he's an easy one. Right?
How long does that take? Like the planning of it, because from outside looking in, it looks like it's just, make 1-2 phone calls and get things set up. But clearly this is a huge event. Like none of my girlfriends are available during this time. None of them, and I have 3, 4, sometimes 5.
But Jim, they don't know about each other. That's the problem. He thinks he can say it on this show, and it's all going to be fine.
They do now.
I know.
But we start in the fall. After the show and start looking at who we'd like. We do a survey of our people that attend Stadium of Fire and say who are the top 10 or 12. And then we start looking who's available, who we can afford, and go after them. And first of the year, we're trying to narrow it down. And so it doesn't happen right away, but it doesn't take too long to figure out who we're going to get.
Yeah, and the Freedom Festival that's the big marquee event. But there's just so much more to the Freedom Festival than Stadium of Fire.
We have 30 events. And from the Balloon Fest, where you have about 25 hot air balloons that come there by Fox Field, and they fly 3 mornings in a row. You have the parade, the Grand Parade, which has about, get this, 350,000 people come to that parade.
Oh, man.
A lot of people. We have the Freedom Run. Are you a runner? We'll get you out running.
My knee doesn't hold up anymore. I got it. I have an MRI next week.
I was coached by a Bronco-led defense. I never want to run again ever in my life.
They used to make him do an eco challenge that would almost kill these guys.
Never. We have so many, flag ceremonies, veteran ceremonies, the Hope of America, which has over close to 7,000 fifth graders over 3 nights in the Marriott Center.
So good.
Singing songs about God, country, patriotism, all those things. And so just on and on, so many different events. And we have by the way, the Stadium of Fire this year, we lost someone, our founder, Alan Osmond, passed away, and he and Merrill. And this year at the Stadium of Fire, do you think we're going to do a moment of silence?
That's not what Alan would want.
No, it's going to be a moment of as loud as you can be.
Nice.
And we're hoping to blow off the largest shell we've ever blown off in the history of the Stadium of Fire this year. I just gave your viewers a little tip right now, okay?
Wait, are we going to feel the heat from this?
We had to get special permission because, once again, you can only shoot things off within a certain radius.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, man. I always look forward to it. It's always so fun. What does it feel like after Stadium of Fire when it's done and you're walking out and it's been this unbelievably patriotic where everybody has the feels and it's been such a great entertainment spectacle is the best word probably to describe it. And now it's done for another year. What's that like?
So, you know me, I get up there, you've probably seen this, and for the first half hour, I'm the type of guy that gets up and dances with the Chick-fil-A cows, right?
Exactly.
But we welcome people.
That's you. Is that you?
That's me right there.
Hilarious.
I stand up and
You got the hat too to match.
I got the hat, the coat, whatever.
Oh wait, what's it? You got this? Does your guitar strap?
Yeah,
match.
It's a matching guitar strap.
Everything.
And there we go. So what happens is I get up there, I look out and see this stadium full of people. And I have to keep from getting emotional to see the families, the children, the grandchildren, people that come because they love America.
Yeah.
They love Utah. And to see that. And so we have that. We have the great show, the fireworks display by Grucci, their drones, the choir, all the different things. And then this is what I do. After it's all over, I go up to a loge, it's one of the areas there, and I sit there and I just kind of, it's over. And then I watch people clean up. I watch people leave and I think, thank you, God, another great show for our wonderful citizens here that got to come and celebrate America.
I'm glad you do that.
Now I understand why my girlfriends don't.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? It's probably just too hectic to take it all in the middle of it.
Yeah.
You mentioned my dad, Kirk. He always told me, my mom told me this too, that when you're in a big moment, you have to, if there's a chance to step back and take it all in and recognize what an amazing thing it is, you got to do it, right? You got to take that time. So you do that. Even if it's after, you are taking the time to relish it and talk and think for a minute about how cool it is.
By the way, there's no worry about traffic for me because I leave about 1 a.m. in the morning after everyone's gone home. So
you did, and I've told this story before, maybe on this show, but you'd appreciate it, Jim, because you know my folks, but we're playing Michigan for the national championship. I'm in the game. And Robbie's knocked out. I'm in there playing. We've completed. Norman and Mike Holmgren told me we're gonna run the stuff you love. So let's get out there and let's do it. We threw the first 7 times. First 7 plays we threw the ball. And I'm like, okay, these guys believe in me. But we had a play where I scrambled. Craig Garrett kind of pushed me up. I scrambled out, ran out of bounds on the Michigan sideline, right at the first down marker. Got back in the huddle. And they had a measure, but when the sticks go down, they got to bring the sticks from the other side. So this is going to take a minute. So while they're bringing them, I remember my dad and mom telling me that. So I stepped out of the huddle and I looked around Qualcomm Stadium and there's 75,000 people there. And I just circled the whole stadium and I just said to myself, this is so cool.
Yeah.
That you're playing for a national championship. You're in the game. It's so cool.
You want to know my moment?
Yeah.
My moment was when we played Oklahoma and the game didn't start yet, but we ran out. And we're in the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, so it was like 90,000. And as I'm walking out, it's just I see blue, our fans, and then I see nothing but red. And I go, we're gonna get whooped.
That's what we won. No, it's supposed to be a good moment, but
it was a bad moment. But I did take it in.
You did take it in.
I took it in. Yeah.
So it's so glad because you do so much, Jim, for so many. It's nice that you can take a minute and just take it all in.
it is, and we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of volunteers. I try to just make sure we get all the resources and things to help them, but it's all the volunteers. Where else can we do this but in Utah?
Yeah,
people love to volunteer. They love their country. They love their community. I don't know if you know, but our mission statement is God, family, freedom, and country. I mean, that's what we espouse. And, I take those four, and then the fifth final one would be
football.
Besides football, just people from sea to shining sea that are just great people, inherently good. Yeah, there's some bad apples, But overall, our country is just beautiful people. And I'm so grateful here in Utah County that we can really celebrate America.
I think you make a great point. This is why I tell people all the time, especially family and friends back home, I'm never moving, ever.
You love the people.
I love everything. There's that statement that you made. That's what Utah is. That's what Utah is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Unc, for letting me.
Do you still have needs for volunteers, Jim? Do you have some?
We always have needs for volunteers.
How do people sign up for that if they want to help?
America's Freedom Festival.org, and there's a spot there for volunteers. They can sign up, and we still have some tickets left for Stadium of Fire. But you know what we're going to do? We have to do this every time. We're going to let you give away a couple sets of tickets.
We can do it tonight.
I volunteer.
Yes.
I volunteer to accept the tickets.
So we have two to give away?
Yeah, let's give a couple sets of tickets. So
a couple sets.
Yeah, a couple sets of. Let's do this. I'm generous tonight. Two sets of 4.
2 sets of 4 tickets. So okay. So here's what do we do it to the first people that Jack? How do you want to do that?
They gotta subscribe and they gotta say give me tickets.
Do we have them go into the chat and give us a
and they have to subscribe.
A reason why they deserve the 4 tickets?
Yeah, let's do that. We'll select them from here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Wait. They have to be a member. Like they have to subscribe.
They have to subscribe. Well, if they're on here, then they're subscribed.
Oh, okay.
But okay, so this is what we're gonna do. You go and you tell us. Go down, and we have them do it right online.
Yeah, let's do it right now.
So right now online, you go on, be the first to tell us why you want to be at the Stadium of Fire. And Jim Evans, the executive director of the Freedom Festival, is going to give 2 sets of 4.
Yep. And if you say that you'll take me, you have a higher chance.
No, Brian is not picking. That's why we have to let Jack and DJ. That's why we have to let Jack and DJ pick Jim. So
that's good.
So Jim's committed 4, and then how do we have them? They can privately hit us up if they're
I'll send them a message on chat.
Yeah. So,
and then you connect them with me.
Yeah. Okay. We'll send them a message. Yeah. So Jack will send you a message on chat if you've if you're the one that gets it. So lots of good folks. Guy Custom saying, Jim, you've been so good for Orem, Exactwear, and Stadium of Fire. Mm-hmm. And just people. Hey Jim, from your neighbor and fellow Cougar fan, Guy Gostman. Nice. Lots of friends here, and then Guy says I would love 4 tickets. Is the biggest fan of Jim Evans. So there you go. Well, you guys. Another person asked, would Benson Boone give the in-state discount to come and perform at Stadium of Fire?
This year he wasn't available. That doesn't mean he won't be next year.
Okay.
And
I
so
love it.
I hope by being from Alpine around here, I hope that he would.
Yeah.
And but we'll certainly continue to work on him and get him here for one of the Stadium of Fires.
Yeah. That'd be great. I'd love to see him here. So Melanie Carter Hammer says, we've never been, but we would love to go. Such an amazing show. So Melanie's in there. And then Weston Birch says, I would love to get some tickets. I'd love to take my sons to the Stadium of Fire. So there you go. They're the first 2 in. Jack.
First 2, yeah.
There you go.
Melanie, how long have you been in Utah, Melanie? Just FYI.
So, yeah, Melanie Hammer.
That may help you out.
So,
Me and Guy Gusman.
yeah, so Melanie and Guy Gusman, our first 2 in, are going to get it, and Jack will reach out to you in chat, and we'll hook you up with Jim.
Perfect.
So that you can get those tickets. That's awesome,
There
Jim.
we go.
That's very gracious and kind of you. So, you prepared. I think you prepared for us your 5 favorite things about America.
Well, I already gave them to you.
So, well, this
Family, freedom, country, and the people.
That's
God,
part of
family, freedom, country,
And the people
and
in
the
America.
people of America are what Jim loves. And we had Jim pick 5 because our 5 questions segment is sponsored by Strategy Square. Let Chantel help your business grow through social media just like she does for us. Yep. Chantel's our social media coordinator. She does a phenomenal job for us. You can reach her at strategysquare.co. And so Jim's five favorite things. Again?
God. And I'll tell you why. God, because we were founded, divinely inspired. Families of all kinds.
Yeah.
America's made of families of all kinds. Freedoms, we love our freedoms, and we'd like to do what we can to protect those freedoms. And then country. We're grateful for our patriots, our veterans, so that's why. And then, once again, from sea to shining sea, we're made up of great people.
I love that.
That's good.
All great
That's
stuff.
good.
So we're so grateful to have you as a friend of the show, a dear friend, and for all that you do for the state of Utah, for Utah County.
Yeah.
I mean, you've served this city of Orem and served the community for a long, long time, Jim.
And I will be in the football stadium right there, 50-yard line, about 20 rows up. So don't get me wrong.
Come up to our booth. I think we have one of the best views in the stadium because we have where we're at and the angle, and there's nobody that's in front of us, right? Except for maybe some of the
You know what?
the students,
If you
cameramen.
want to, like, we do the show, Jim, out for the first hour and 10 minutes.
I know.
We're out in
Really
Cougar
good.
Canyon,
Yeah.
outside on that set that we have out there. Our countdown to kickoff.
Yeah.
We call it College Game Day. But if you wanted to come anytime during the game and just visit with us for a little bit, you can always come up on that platform where when we take the show in the stadium, we're in the corner, the southwest corner.
Yeah.
Up on that platform, you're always welcome to come up and hang out with Bilo and me and Dave and Spencer.
we have tons of former players that come up.
yeah,
and
lots of former players
They
come visit
always
us.
say the view, right?
They
They're
love that view
they
from
love
there,
the
from the
view.
corner, and we'll talk football. So you can always come up.
By the way, I think you should get your eligibility back as well.
Thank you.
So how many years left? Do you have years left of eligibility?
Eligibility until I'm gone.
I would like to think I could still play. I can still throw. Remember, I played in the
can,
alumni
you
game
can.
last
Yeah,
year.
I saw
I
it,
can
yeah.
still throw it.
Yeah, sling it.
This year, Jack called me and said, "You can play again. Like you won last year, and you were the winning quarterback." And I said, "No, do you think I'm going to put that record at risk?" I'm like, absolutely not. I'm going out a winner. And the last ball I threw was a touchdown pass. I'm like, no, I'm not. I may never pick up a football ever again.
again.
And I'm not going to play in that stadium again. I'm going out a winner.
You got to go out top.
So that's right.
You do.
So
you got to.
Yeah, and the best thing was that Gavin, my son that was coaching, he was playing quarterback on the other team at the time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that was kind
that's
of
good
fun.
stuff.
Because
Yeah.
the boys can beat me at everything now. So for Dad to just get one, for the old geezer to just get one,
The geezers were cheering.
I appreciate that, Jim. So thanks for being on with us. Thanks for coming in again, Jim.
thanks,
and
Jim.
good luck with everything.
Thank you.
If folks want to help, where they go again one last time?
AmericasFreedomFestival.org.
AmericasFreedomFestival.org. Sign up. They need volunteers. They still need them.
We do.
And we'll see you at the Freedom Festival. Jim, I'll see you before that.
We'll see you.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Have a
Jim.
great
Thanks, Jim.
4th of July.
And when I get pulled over, I'm gonna say, Mr. Police Officer, these are the 5 reasons why I shouldn't get a ticket.
Jim Evans, Jim Evans, Jim Evans.
I was gonna say God, family.
Freedom, country, and Jim Evans.
Jim Evans.
Oh, you're so funny.
Thanks, Jim.
Take care.
Thanks, Jim.
Appreciate it.
Nice to meet you
So-
guys. Thanks.
Jim's great, and has been a long time friend, and
Yeah.
I think Orem Days is starting.
Family Fest is the next
Yeah.
This next weekend.
Yeah.
So my brother-in-law's band plays there all the time, and Jim's always a big part of that as well. Does so much for the community. We love having him on the show. Let's talk about our Re-Lyte Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Redmond. The secret is in the salt. Learn what it can do for you at redmond.com. It's our pleasure to announce this week's Re-Lyte Athlete of the Week, and that's Kihei Akina.
Kihei.
He is the Re-Lyte Athlete of the Week. You want to take us through his accomplishments for this week, Bilo?
Yeah, following his top 10 finish at the NCAA championships, Kihei was named to the Ping All-America first team, the first Cougar to do it since Peter Quest.
2020, yep.
Is it Quest?
Yep, Quest.
In 2020, since COVID. The freshman was also named the Phil Mickelson Outstanding Freshman of the Year by Strikeline and the Golf Coaches Association of America in conjunction with the Golf Channel, which is great.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
This award honors the National Freshman of the Year. Kihei is the first BYU golfer to win the award since it was created in 1992.
Yeah, so there you go. Yeah.
In addition to the National Freshman of the Year, Kihei was named to the All Big 12 first team and was named the Big 12 Freshman of the Year. Oh my gosh. We're doing
This
it.
freshman class is nuts. Yeah, I know. I know.
Hey, what's the theme? What's the theme of this? We arrived, fellas.
Yeah,
we
we've
made
arrived.
it. We
So-
made it. Later this month, he will represent the United States at the Arnold Palmer Cup in Ireland.
Yeah, so the U.S. Collegians go against collegiate golfers from around the world over in Ireland. That's pretty cool stuff.
Man, that's crazy.
And Kihei's had a phenomenal year, and he's going to just keep getting better. Yeah. And Kihei is the Re-Lyte Athlete of the Week. The secret is in the salt. Learn what it can do for you at redmond.com. You click on the link in the chat and the show notes for a discount code giving you 15% off of Redmond products. They're really nice to me. You're supposed to do it online, but I was in the store and I said, "Can I use our code to get a 15% discount?" And they're like, "Blaine, we'll just give you a 15% discount." And I have to tell you, like we always talk about places you go get hamburgers.
Yeah.
And I didn't think of Redmond Farms, the farm store there, as a place where that would be one of my favorite hamburger places in the state of Utah. So we went over for dinner the other night because my wife likes all the like farm to table stuff. And I'm like, you guys have hamburgers? They're like, yeah. And I go, okay, I want one of those. It was so good. And Redmond raises their own beef, and like everything in there is just so fresh and so good. And I also got a new Re-Lyte flavor that I like because I didn't. It's like a kid's grape. We'll have to ask Harvey when he comes on here in a minute.
Why is it a kid? Did it say kids grape?
Yeah, it said like kids grape
says
on it.
grape.
I want to ask about this. But I'm like, why is this for kids?
That's
Because
amazing.
it was really good.
That's amazing marketing. I would love to kids
so
grape.
if you get a hamburger, you can do Re-Lyte samples to drink with your hamburger too. So have you been over there for a hamburger?
I haven't, but you know what? I remember last time I was here, Dave said I could take one of yours. He didn't know which one it was, but he said I could take it, but I forgot.
You could take one?
Yeah, he said it's yours.
It's like Jack says, no way. Wait, like that's a perfect pyramid of Re-Lyte. How are we gonna like? What?
Look, I didn't make the rules. I just show up.
Have you ever played the game Jenga?
Yeah.
Like it's like Jenga. If you pull one of those things out, it's not gonna work.
Is there a kid's grape flavor?
I don't think there's a grape over there.
Okay. Don't worry. I won't take it. I won't take it. There's no kid's grape.
My favorite flavor until the grape was pina colada.
Ooh.
But here's the other thing I did not know until just a few weeks ago. They have a chocolate.
Interesting.
Because you always think of like hydration drinks is like more fruity.
Right.
The chocolate was good.
Interesting.
Like that might be the best flavor.
I usually, you know what? That sounds intriguing. I usually don't.
You don't think chocolate?
Yeah, that and
for a hydration drink.
And personally, I don't really like chocolate a lot because I am chocolate. So I like to explore. But that sounds interesting. I might do that.
See, and people.
That was good. That was a good one.
Really,
that was
really
good.
So, well, we're proud of Kihei Akina. I mean, it feels like an award this year that Jane Hendengren's had a stranglehold on, right? With all of her success this year. AJ had a stranglehold on it during basketball season with his performance after performance. It's been a really, really fun feature. We're grateful to Redmond for being partners of ours and helping us with this. And we as we mentioned, we're going to have a really fun show this next week with Redmond. So while we're doing that, why don't we have Harvey Scott come up and join us on set here. Harvey's our next guest. He's the Chief Development Officer at Redmond. Dear friend of the program. He's joined us before. It's our pleasure to welcome back to the Wise Guys, Harvey Scott.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, brother?
Harvey.
How you doing? Everything good?
Yeah, life is good.
Good.
Yeah. What do you think about Kihei this week as the Redmond Athlete of the Week?
Very deserving. The guy is just unstoppable. He's consistent and he's as good off the course as he is on the course. He's a good man.
Have you ever thought? I'm sorry. I gotta say this because I've been saying this for the last, I think maybe year and a half. You know, I played and been a part of the program since 2009, and there's no way in the world where I would have believed somebody if they told me in 20 years from now we would have the most elite athletes in various different sports. How do you feel about the type of talent that we've been getting, you know, across those various sports?
I mean, this is the golden age of BYU sports, is not?
Right,
I mean,
right.
Those of us who have slogged, and there are people who have been BYU fans much longer than I have that are, probably even listening to this. But for those of us who watch BYU and cheer for BYU, it is the golden age. And what's really fun is that it's not a one-off.
Right.
We've got people coming in the pipeline who are going to continue this. Our coaches are the best, and I actually attribute a lot of our success to our coaches. They are amazing people, and they attract the caliber of athletes that we want, that stick at BYU, that want to be at BYU. And I talk to several athletes all the time. I mean, I was with Bear and Tiger this morning or this afternoon for lunch. Every one of these guys talk about Kalani. They talk about football, yes, but they really talk about Kalani and their coach, their position coach. Just good people. They spend time with them outside of football because they like being around them. Same with the basketball guys. They love Kevin. Same with the track and field girls. They love Diljit.
Yeah.
Right? It's just amazing.
I think that's a great point that we overlook as fans and analysts that you make, Harvey, because we're so excited about the actual player and the athlete and the talent that they have. We forget how they got here, right?
Right. Like they come because of the coaching that's available. They come for the culture.
And they stay
And
for those reasons.
And it seems like it's reproducible now. And as you mentioned, it's like multiple years in a row now with top recruiting classes in every sport. And you get to work, Harvey, with these folks. Talk about Redmond's relationship with BYU sports and how that's worked to benefit both parties.
We actually don't have a direct relationship with BYU. We love BYU athletes because they represent BYU. They not just BYU. They represent everything that's good about life. They embrace life. And I was talking to a couple kids today about this very thing, that when they come to BYU, I think they're mostly blown away, not just by the facilities or not just by the coaches, but by the caliber of people that they spend their time with outside of their sport. Yeah. When they go to restaurants and they meet people, when they go down to a park party or whatever, the people that they get to meet and mingle with, they are amazing people. We live in the greatest community in America.
And when you say you don't have a relationship, I didn't mean hey, we're a financial sponsor over there. But you're very involved with the program. You're with Bear and those guys with Diljit. Diljit has come on the show and talked about how she has all the athletes taking Re-Lyte, and not only that, her professional athletes that she trains taking Re-Lyte. You're very close to the basketball program. We're gonna have this great show next week with the So when I talk about the relationship, I'm talking about that relationship, not necessarily that your name's on the stadium because you gave them a bunch of money, but you're very involved.
Yeah. Name's not on the stadium yet, but
there we go.
I'm just kidding. Don't quote me on that.
What got you interested? Because this is always from an athlete's perspective. It's interesting because, obviously being in business, we understand ROI and hey, I'm putting my name out there and it's branding and et cetera, et cetera. But with you not being there yet, what's that drive for you without seeing that direct ROI at the moment?
And I think we are seeing direct ROI. And I think it's the way that we've done it. We've done it, I think, in very calculated, not like mean or evil calculated. We know that, the NIL space is interesting and it's dynamic and it's changing all the time. And so we've been very intentional about the way that we've gone about this. And we pick the athletes that we think represent not just BYU and not just their sport, but represent what we want to be when we grow up.
Yeah.
You look at Kihei. Kihei is one of those kids. He's just a fantastic human being. You can sit down with him and talk to him about anything. I mean, I know his dad really well. Alan is a dear friend. And these guys are just good people. I want my brand associated with that type of person.
And we just talked about this freshman class. So Kihei's in that freshman class. We call them the Big Four, right? So there's Kihei. You just talked about him and what an amazing individual. He's a phenomenal player, one of the best in the world. At his age, the potential is so high for him. We talk about Jane Hedengren. What about Jane?
I mean, can she be replicated? I don't think.
Oh my goodness,
she is unbelievable. And
I'm a conspiracy theorist now. There's some cloning that's available.
Well, and if you've seen her little sister run,
yes, amazing. Brother's great too.
Brother's amazing as well. Yeah, I mean, all the Hedengren family, they're just incredible runners. But Jane just has this really interesting mix of moxie and the physical, tangible things that you have to be an effective runner. But she just has this mental capacity to just grind.
Yeah.
That's hard to find.
And Diljit and Ed are both, they have that mindset. If they can find the person they can push right to the edge without injuring them, then they have something great. And then she also happens to be gifted, right? So.
And she's coachable. This is one of the things that impressed me most about Jane is when she first came into the program, she wasn't competing because she wasn't ready to compete. And she was willing to do that because Diljit asked her to do that. So when you can also mix some humility into that calculation, you've got a superstar.
World class.
I think that's the same thing that Coach Young says about AJ as well.
Right.
Super talented, but the biggest thing that I take from his statements about AJ is him being coachable.
What about AJ, Harvey? We've had it's more like a year and a half than a year with AJ and with Ace and Chelsea and the whole family. What's that experience been like? And what's special about him?
What's incredible about him, I think, is that his relationship with his dad is so important to him. And Ace is ever present. He's like He's just always there. And it's amazing because AJ loves that. And he wants that and he welcomes it. So in terms of like father-son relationship, what an amazing model for all of us to be that way with our sons or even our daughters, of course, right?
Absolutely. So if you were the Jazz, there's an opportunity right now, I think, for the entire state minus Utah fans, but all of us, we have this opportunity to rally together and the Utah Jazz to potentially trade up and get him and steal him, right? What would you do if you were the Jazz? What's your cards? What you're doing? What are you doing?
Bilo, that's a loaded question. I'm going to take the really easy way out. I'm going to say I trust in Danny Ainge.
Danny sat in that seat before.
Let him work his magic. We will be just fine.
Yeah, and I can't imagine that Washington would take anybody else. So I do think it's going to take a trade.
For sure.
AJ's his ceiling is just so much higher than Peterson or Boozer or anybody in the draft. Frankly, anybody that's been in the draft in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
His ceiling. I mean, we don't know what he's going to become. We know about his work ethic. We know about his physical skills, he's a freak, right? Mm-hmm. And the NBA is a league of freaks, and he's freakish among them. That's
true,
right? And so if this drive continues, he can stay healthy and do all that. I feel like his ceiling is, a once every 20 or 30 years type of a player.
Well, and back to Harvey's point too, is like he's also one of those individuals that's also a great person.
Yeah, he's grounded.
He now AJ comes. He's a little bit different because he has a little bit more swag, to him. But don't get that. I tell people all the time, like don't get that twisted. Like he is genuine. How I measure some. I should see. Notice how I didn't say judge because we don't judge. We just pray.
Yeah, I love it.
So, but how I measure how like the arrogance is how a superstar sits and takes autographs with people. Yeah. He's in the stands with people. He's at the women's basketball game.
Yep. Going in with the student section. It's true. Yeah. Very grounded. This is a great experience for all of us that were involved with AJ, and we hope we know he's going to be. We think he's going to be the number one pick. I'm pretty sure he's going to be the number one pick. We would love to have the Jazz have him. So, but you mentioned about staying afterwards. Is anybody more fan friendly than Bear Bachmeier?
No.
You were just with Bear today at lunch. I saw them this morning over at high school camp this morning. But like that guy will stay and sign every kid's autograph in the stands after a game, win or lose.
And it's annoying for us sometimes because we try to get off the post game show.
Right, but he's still out there. And we need to get him. But what's your experience been with him?
So there's only one other athlete that I know of that's actually as friendly as Bear, and that's Richie Saunders.
Yes.
I've seen Richie actually like leave a meeting of adults and go play soccer with a bunch of kids, takes his shoes off and he runs around with the kids and he's as happy as any of them. And Richie is as fine of a person as you'll ever meet. I wish him the best in the draft. I think whoever gets him is getting a steal.
Yeah, for sure.
But I just think we lived in a blessed time as fans of BYU.
You're right.
And I think that is really, really special, and you mentioned this, Harvey, is that it's not just how talented these kids are, but we're at a time where, and we've just mentioned a few, but I like, Brendan and I went out for ice cream with Delaney Gibb and Olivia Hamlin the other night. We just took them for some gelato, and we love those girls.
Amazing girls.
And when you are around them, you're just like, these are two of the best human beings I've ever been around. That's just this BYU program across sports is just filled with young people like that.
And here's my prophecy. No, it's not a prophecy, but here's my
you can prophesize
calculation.
You can call that on the show.
BYU and programs like BYU who are building important cultures will be the blue chip organizations in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Because they're attracting the right people who stick with the program because they believe in what the program's building.
They don't just transfer every year.
That's right.
Well, and they don't transfer and then transfer again and then gamble on the first team and then get suspended and have
BYU's going to have to keep up, right? BYU's got to keep up. They've got to stay relevant with payouts and whatever. But I think all things being equal in terms of money, people are going to choose BYU over many, many other schools because of what they're offering in terms of personal development and spiritual safety. I think that becomes more and more relevant as we go forward.
That's a great point too, because when you think about a program, right, you can't have a program that kids are coming in and out of. You always think about Georgia, Alabama of old, Oregon of old, USC of old, right? Yeah. There's a cycle of kids. And in order to have a cycle, you have to stay in that program.
have to be there.
They have to be
You've
there.
got to have stability, I think. And honestly, one of the things I talked to Bear about today is I asked him why BYU. And one of the first things he said was, because I knew Kalani was going to be here. He wanted stability. And, he came into Stanford. The coach had left. If he would have stayed, he would have had 3 coaches in less than a year.
And they were going to change the offense again.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just need, and he also said A-Rod's been there from the beginning. He said, I want the stability. And that's why he came.
Yeah,
That's a great point.
Stability,
That's a great point.
culture, no distractions,
Right.
right? That's a big selling point right now. That brings us to Bruce Branch III. Now, what do you expect from him? These are big shoes to fill because, frankly, people just think, okay, this is the next AJ. So how does he manage that, and is he up for that?
That's a great question. I don't know, Bruce. I kind of saw him at a distance. He was actually at the store. I think his mom was getting her nails done or something because he left there and they came over with his brother and they went back. But I suspect that Bruce is going to fit in as well, if not better than AJ. I think he is one of the most articulate young men that I've had the chance to kind of listen to. He just played in the under 18s or the 18s U.S. team.
Yeah.
Did very, very well. He's a starter and plays extremely well, plays very aggressive. I think it's the style of ball that Kevin is looking for. KY, he loves that he'll play defense and play offense. And so I have really super high expectations of Bruce.
And I got a chance to meet his mom, Constance, and you saw if she was next door, but I met her, talked to her for quite a bit of time, and I went, oh, he's gonna be great. he's gonna be, and I know he's talented. I can see that on film, right? And I've been watching him on film for the last years. BYU's been interested in him, so I'm like, he's 6'7", he's got a 7'1" wingspan, he can jump out of the gym. He's a very eager and willing defender with that length. He's hard to get around. He can put the ball on the floor. He's got a nice mid-range game. He has a beautiful three-point shot. So I'm just like, really, really complete player, right? Yeah. But I met his mom. And she was a collegiate basketball player, NAU, very good basketball player. She's tall, beautiful woman. You can just tell she's an athlete, right? Still, I think she could go out and play. But I said, hey, tell me about how you guys got here. And she said, well, we wanted to come play for Kevin in this group. Most importantly, we wanted him to be at a place where he'd fit in. And we wanted him to be at a place where he just wouldn't have the distractions that you have at other universities. Because he's really not interested in that stuff. He wants to focus on basketball. He wants to focus on his faith. And this just felt like the best place for him to be able to pursue those things and not be distracted by all the things that every other college kid wants to do. But here at BYU, all the kids are kind of, whether they're athletes or not, are all on the same page.
And he's not LDS, right?
No.
Yeah.
And so I walked off and I'm like, oh, that kid's going to be great. Like his mom gets it. Yeah. And the reasons he is here are not just basketball. And I think those kids thrive here. So I am really excited to see Bruce here, and he's off playing in the international ball right now, but he'll be here. And wow,
yeah. I think so. I think this goes back to Harvey's prophecy.
Yes,
right. Which as you start to get these kids, like the real cream of the crop, right? That start to rise. Their focus isn't, oh, I want to go party, I want to drink, I want to smoke, I want to do this and do that. It's really is. They're laser focused, and so when you have the intangibles like what Bear said, one consistency, I want a coach that's going to be here, longevity, etc. And then you have a mom like that,
right? Yeah,
we should get all these kids.
Yeah.
Yes,
all of them. It's money. And frankly, when you talk to Kevin, when you talk to Kalani, you talk to any of the coaches really, but in those two big visible sports, they say, I remember having a conversation with Kevin Young, and he said, listen, I'm not going to go after every top 10 kid in the country. Right. Like there's a very specific kid we're looking for. We're looking for a kid whose values match up with what the values are here. Because if they don't, it's going to be a struggle.
Yeah.
But if they do, it's going to be magic. And he's like, so the number one, he says, we're really fortunate that the best player in the world last year happens to come from a family who values the same things that BYU values, right? And here we are, Bruce. I don't know what he's ranked, but he's got to be a top 5 recruit in the country, right?
I think he's 3.
Is he number 3 right now? So same thing, right? But there's not always going to be a top 5 kid whose values match up. Right. But I do believe, and I'd be interested to hear what you have to say, Harvey, and you, Bilo, there's more and more of those kids. Like it feels like we have a turn back in the last few years where kids are going, I want values. I want to be in a place that's wholesome. Those things are important to me as an athlete. Am I crazy to think that there's more of those kids these days?
I don't know that there's more, but I do think that because we have the coaches that we have, because we have the programs that we have, and because the world is becoming a little bit more polarized, I think kids and their parents, specifically parents, kids who come from intact families, not exclusively, but specifically, they're looking for a place for their kids to go that's safe spiritually, safe physically, safe academically, and allows them to prosper in their sport.
I think.
Can BYU sell that better than anybody in the country right now?
Better than anybody.
Oh, easily.
Yep.
Hands.
And you don't have
down.
to sacrifice elite level sports to get all of those other things.
No, I think really, as a parent, my son's 14. I have 10-year-old. I have one that just turned 1.
Well done.
I'm scared because of how we have more knowledge now because of technology and social media. So maybe it's out there a little bit more, but we also the world has shifted into there's so polar opposites, right? And it is swinging back because there was a time like when I was growing up and going to college, like it's slow from that point on till now, from the extreme. Now I feel like people are like, okay, let's bring it back. And as we're bringing it back, parents of athletes, they're like, BYU right there. This is how I can control my own narrative, my own family's narrative of trying to bring it back, right? That I can control.
And that's why BYU's got a chance to be good for a lot of years.
You're right. Your prophecy. You're right. You're 2 for 2 already.
Well, let's see. Time will tell.
It's got it. So hey, let's talk about this thing we have coming next Monday.
Yeah.
Exciting. We're really excited to do it. We've never taken the show on the road.
I know. It's exciting.
I know.
It's kind of scary.
So we're going to do a remote and we're going to be over at the store. I explained to people that if you take the corner of 800 North and State Street in Orem and you head west on 800 North, your first right after you get off State Street, you go in and it's like a strip mall type of a place back behind Sonic. Everybody knows Sonic there.
Yep.
That's where the store is.
Yep.
Like tell people about what your vision for what we're going to do is next week.
Oh man, we're just going to have so much fun. Like we did this last year at a little bit of a smaller scale. We had ESPN 960 come, and they're coming again. Ben Criddle's going to come and spend from like 2 to 5 o'clock with us doing some interviews.
I hate Ben, by the way.
Hi, Ben.
I'm just playing. I love him.
He knows he loves him. So he'll be there from 2 to 5, and we're going to have the most amazing tacos you've ever had in your life.
Yes.
And then from 6 to 8 will be the show, and we're going to have we'll have lots of athletes there. I'm not quite yet allowed to say who, but I promise you'll want to come.
People want to come out and see it in person. If they're not, they're going to want to be joining us from around the world.
I can tell you one guy that I know for sure who's going to be there, and that's Richie Saunders.
Very good. I love when Richie comes. So one of my favorites. So Richie will be there, and we'll have other BYU athletes there, and coaches.
Yes,
and coaches, and it's a great setup in the parking lot like we did it last year. We didn't broadcast from there last year, but Wise Guys was a part of it. But we're going to do the show live from there.
I like how you guys when I first saw this, I was a little disappointed because I thought as the third co-host I would know. I felt a little insecure that I had to hear it like everybody else, like I was a civilian. But I'm gonna let that slide. But what I love the most is how there's 3 different brands and platform, 4 different brands and platforms that are coming together. And I think there's like with Ben and ESPN 960, he has his group and his fans and his listeners, and same thing with us, and all these different I would say loyalists, right? People and fans that are attracted to certain brands, and to bring them all together, I think we need to do that more. That's what I'm trying to say. That was a very long way to say
collaboration.
That.
This is what we do really well as people in Utah community, like Utah County specifically. Yeah, we are really good at collaborating. We are the beehive, right?
Yeah,
right.
And so I think you're right. We need to do more of it.
See that, Unc? I'm right.
He's right. He is right.
I'm right.
1 out of 10 is not bad.
Yes, he's like Harvey, like every once in a while, he surprises the heck out of me. So
you should see what Dave looks like when I surprise him. He's like
when he gets something right, Dave almost has
he literally looks like he saw Jesus.
Yeah. Okay, so look, if that were the truth, you wouldn't have the success that you've had. So
thank you.
We love you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
You're a great representative for who we are at BYU and Utah. We just love you.
Thank you, man. I'm turning purple.
Well, we appreciate it. It's a big night for us to come with you because it's our first foray into doing something remote, and we love our partnership with you guys, and we do have a partnership with you.
We do.
I hope it's a good thing for Redmond.
We love you guys. When you talk about alignment, what you're doing is you're lifting. When you lift, other people want to be part of what you're doing. And so you guys have been doing this for a while now. And the people who you're associated with, the brands that you're associated with are the people that, I do business with Mountain America Credit Union. I love those guys. Deseret News, I read them all the time. Brady Plus, not so much yet, but I will. Quick Cat Car Wash, I love those guys, right? Yeah. So those are the brands we want to be associated with. I think it's important that you find like-minded people and you build together.
Yeah, I love that.
And the whole thought process when we started this show 5 years ago, which is crazy that we've been doing this long, was we're starting our fifth year, I should say. So 4 years ago was, hey, you know what we want to do? We want to do a show. And we do a ton of shows, but this show's going to be different. Long format. We can just have a good time. It's going to be really casual. I'm never going to wear shoes to the show ever.
Hey, I just took my shoes off.
Yeah, see, Harvey knows. Never going to wear shoes at the show.
You don't have shoes on.
I've never for a single episode. I don't know how many we've done.
I got like Crocs.
Can people see that?
Those are saucy.
So this is my footwear. Can you show me? Every
I like
show.
How we all have our. I like how we all have our legs up right now.
But the premise was we want to catch people doing amazing things that are affiliated with BYU. It started out more sports oriented, but it is sport. But anybody that's doing something amazing, we want to shine a bright light on it. We had an unbelievable guest that talked about vertical farming a couple weeks ago, who's invented this system where they can use like 75% less water to grow feed for cattle in the Middle East. Like, we want people to know the BYU people that are changing the world. Yeah. In sports in particular, but anything. And that's how we started the show, was let's shine a light and catch people doing great things. And it's been so fun to do that. And then we found out that people like Harvey and Redmond, they love that too. Yeah. They want to be affiliated with people doing great things.
That's the key. That's the key right there. And I think this goes back to your point as far as, finding people that are like-minded and building. And to be honest, it surprised me, right? Because I like Unc said, like, we're on shows and you have BYU TV and we know that there's sponsors, but this is I hope nobody from TV is watching. I mean disrespectfully, but I'm just saying this is a little bit different. Like the personal touch, this is it's not just some logo. Fans
get to be part of it too, and they get to chime in, and we get to know everybody that's on the chat.
Well, now you guys have got super fans that come on, and that makes it so fun too.
We have a super fan coming up, so it's good stuff. So we're really excited about it. Our 5 questions presented by Strategy Square, and again, strategysquare.co. Chantel can help people with their social media all over the place. We're going to dissect the secret in the salt, because I keep asking, what is the secret? We talk about that all the time. So we asked you to come with 5 things that Redmond salt can do for your body.
Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. So let me just start by saying Redmond owns a salt mine, and it's in central Utah. It's been around since Jurassic time frame.
Jurassic Park?
Yep, Jurassic Park. This is pre-Pangea, right? So there was a body of salt water that was from kind of Canada all the way down to New Mexico. That's now laying 5,000 feet underground. So we're at about 5,000 feet high, right? Mm-hmm. But in this area, this piece of salt, through seismic activity, was pushed or extruded to the surface. So we knew the salt was there because the cattle and the deer would eat it, right? So this salt is truly sea salt. And it has... So I'm going to start answering the 5 questions, right? Why Real Salt? Now, Real Salt also is a brand, but it's in almost all of our other products too. So Re-Lyte is made from real salt. Our Roots protein is made with some real salt. We have a bath salt. We have lots of different products that have salt, right? So first and foremost, it is a salt that comes unrefined. It has 60 trace minerals. You'd be hard to find anything that has that many unrefined natural trace minerals, right? So that's number 1. Number 2 is probably kind of it's nutritional, So it doesn't have, it comes natural, it doesn't have anti-caking agent in it, which if you look at a traditional salt, like a white salt, it will have anti-caking in it. It will have a dextrose in it because it's so bitter with what they've done with it. This is nothing like that. It's actually very healthy for you. Number 3 is I don't know if you guys know what stomach acid made out of is hydrochloric acid, right?
Yeah.
So hydrochloric acid is made from a chloride. When you eat our salt, it has
saliva.
all 4 of these chlorides in it: potassium, magnesium, sodium, and calcium. And these are what make the building blocks of stomach acid. It actually helps with digestion.
Helps break it down, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
It actually does. Number 4, I would say the taste profile. If you look at traditional salt, it actually has a bitter taste to it. This is actually more of a sweet. It actually enhances the flavor of your food.
Because it's real.
It is real. It is the best salt you'll ever have. And I can't remember my 5th point. But
Well, here's what I'll say about the 5th point. So I was telling Bilo that my new favorite flavor might be chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
Which I
Let's talk about
never
chocolate.
thought of for a hydration drink.
Yeah.
I think you always think fruity flavors for hydration. Like, I have pina colada or I have
Kids grape.
Kids grape.
we're going to talk about that too.
Yeah, I need to know the answer to that because I'm like, why is this kids? Why can't I have it?
You can.
But I drank it with my
We
hamburger.
are kids, right?
Okay, I'm a kid. But the chocolate I drink, I'm like, wait a minute. I love sea salt chocolates.
Yeah.
And it was like sea salt chocolates. I'm drinking it from my hydration drink.
you
You got to
like
be
it?
kidding me. I love it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So let's talk about hydration first.
Yeah.
Hydration, people think that because they drink water,
No.
they're hydrated.
No.
And that's just not the case. In fact, we are chronically underhydrated. We are dehydrated almost constantly, especially in the West, because we have
Such a dry,
That's
yeah.
right, so dry. So when we think about hydration, typically people think, oh, let's drink some Gatorade for athletes, right? This is not just for athletes. Hydration is important for us in life. We have to be hydrated. And so that was actually my 5th point is it is the perfect balance, additive free balance for electrolytes.
There you go.
It's perfect. Because it came the way God intended it to come. It's
you know
natural.
what's
Right from the
interesting?
earth.
Side note, I don't mean to cut you off, but
Yeah.
with my boys now, as they're getting older, and also side note, and Uncle B knows this. So I had some health problems a couple of years ago, even to where I took about 2.5 years off of doing media, and I had a whole bunch of autoimmune issues. So everything that you're saying, you can tell my little smirks. That's because I know all this. So but anyway, so as I'm learning all this, I don't buy my boys Gatorade or Powerade anymore.
Yeah.
I put salt in water.
Yeah.
And tell them to drink for hydration. And they look at me like I'm crazy.
No, but now you got to get them Re-Lyte because they'll be good.
So
in the
now I
water.
really gotta take one.
So now tell me about the grape. You got to tell me about the
I'm
grape.
going to finish with chocolate and then I'll go to grape. So we are in the hydration business. We want people to be hydrated. We want them to enjoy hydration. My wife hates drinking water.
Yeah.
And so she'll do anything that she can to avoid drinking water. So she loves Re-Lyte and she loves her other stuff that she drinks. And so for us to think, you can put this chocolate Re-Lyte in warm milk or warm water. You can drink it cold as well.
Yeah, I drink it cold.
I drink it in cold milk, and it's like chocolate milk.
Yeah.
A salty chocolate milk, and it's amazing. So, and if Brian, if you are into nutrition,
I am, yeah.
you need to try our raw milk. I know it's a little bit of a controversial thing, but
No, it's not.
It
No,
should
I'm
not be.
I'm
Okay.
aligned.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love
I'm
you.
aligned.
He's
with
very
you. I'm
into
aligned
that.
with yeah.
Our raw milk is amazing.
Tell me why I did not know about grape until I went into the store to have a hamburger. And it said kids grape.
Kids grape, and there are 3 flavors. There's pineapple, there's pink lemonade, and there is grape. The reason they're called kids is because we've basically half the level of sodium.
Oh, for the kids. Okay.
okay.
Well, it was a great drink to have with my burger.
It's my favorite. My favorite flavor is pink lemonade.
There you go.
It's unbelievable.
I have a thought. What if we took some time? We don't have to say yes right now, but what if we came up with a wise guys drink that was not like an official, but like a seasonal thing, like
Why
a
not?
seasonal. And I just want 2% to 3%, 2-3%.
See, I knew there was he started the show,
angling.
Harvey started the show by saying he's going to put his Venmo online.
Always angling. This guy's
It's like, I don't know. Okay, let's just completely ignore that. So
That's a good. Hey, that's a good idea.
We're,
though.
and
I
we're,
love it.
and
I
we're,
love
gonna-
it.
and we're
There
going to
you
end with this. Let's remind people again, maybe DJ can put the graphic up again, that next Monday we're going to be with you over at Redmond Farms.
June 15th, 2 to 8 p.m. Come with a pen or a Sharpie.
And we're going to have, we know Richie Saunders, but there's going to be others from the basketball program there with us, other
100%.
athletes. And we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, and not just basketball guys.
Right. Like we're going to have athletes from all the sports. So
Athletes.
Yep.
awesome. Harvey, thanks for being with us again.
You guys are the best.
Thanks,
and,
Harvey.
and we'll see you Monday night.
That was
Sounds good. Looking forward to it.
Hey, this was fun, man.
The first
that was a good
remote
one.
ever
Yeah.
of the Wise Guys is going to be with Redmond.
Hey, Harvey, wise guys, blueberry, raspberry, blueberry, raspberry.
Blue raspberry?
Blue
2%,
raspberry?
2%.
2% to
2.5.
Thank you, Harvey.
Thanks,
Great
Harvey.
to see you, brother. I want to tell you about another thing that we're involved in, that Wise Guys is involved in, and this is the Ephraim Hope Golf Tournament. It's coming up on Thursday morning at Fox Hollow Golf Course. I want to mention to you that there's an online auction for the Wise Guys Charity Golf Tournament in conjunction with our designated charity, Ephraim Hope. It's live. It's officially live, and you don't have to attend the tournament to participate in the live auction. So whether you're watching from Utah tonight or Texas, California, Florida, doesn't matter where you're at. You can bid on these items today, this week. If you win, we'll ship them directly to you so everyone can participate. There's some incredible BYU-related items that are part of this thing. How about an autographed AJ DiBonsa basketball, who's likely the number one pick in this year's draft? One of the most talked about players in college basketball this last year. And how good is he going to be? He signed it during a private event at Black Desert Golf Course for a tournament down there, a fundraiser. So we've got that there, or maybe a piece of BYU basketball history. We got signed Richie Saunders jersey in basketball. Richie's become one of the most beloved players in BYU history. He's going to be at our show this next Monday night, and one of the most exciting seasons ever. So we've got a bunch of fun stuff in addition to that. But make sure you go online for our auction and Ephraim Hope Mission. And I'm trying to remember, where is the site that they go online? Where do they find the auction items, Jack?
EphraimHope.com. Excuse me, EphraimHope.org.
EphraimHope.org. I knew it wasn't a .com. That's why I wanted to make sure I had it right. So EphraimHope.org. And here's some of the stuff to register for the bid. There you go. Have a good look at it. I mean, there's some great stuff on there that's been donated to help raise money. And remember, the Ephraim Hope charity is raising money to send kids to school in Uganda. And it doesn't just change their lives, it changes the lives of their families, their villages. It's a great charity.
You can see the basketball
that
there.
Wise Guys is involved with. Yeah, there's the Richie Saunders basketball. We've got an AJ DiBonsa basketball. So, and then, hey, that's also an auction item.
You guys charge. That's you guys charge me way more.
Dave
than
and I
that.
put that on there.
Why do you guys charge me way more than that?
Charge you more than what?
That
$200?
Yeah. You guys charge me more than that.
To go play golf?
Yeah.
No, we don't. We take you to play golf and we pay for it out of our own pockets. So, which is exactly what we're going to do with whoever comes and plays with Dave and I. And we'll talk all kinds of basketball and football and all of that. Up next, we're going to have Cathy Warner Habing on. Is Cathy ready to go yet, DJ? Okay, we'll get started here on our next little segment, and then we'll come back to Cathy when we get her online. Just give me a holler, DJ, when we get her in the house. This is our super fan.
Yeah.
Have you heard this about this new?
Yeah.
Did they have one when you subbed? Yeah. So
I don't like that you call me a sub, like a teacher.
So what do I call you? I'm going to call you our third host.
Third host.
Our third co-host. So, okay, why don't we do this? Why don't we start on campus notes? And if Cathy comes in the middle of we'll break and we'll come back and we'll finish campus notes. And so remember, the campus notes is presented by BYU Pathway Worldwide. BYU Pathway, truly affordable. It makes education truly affordable, fully online, spiritually based. You get college degrees. It's accessible to people worldwide through greatly reduced tuition, weekly peer gatherings, and English support, helping students earn sooner, increase their income, and deepen their faith. Learn more at BYUpathway.edu. We've had some great guests on the show from BYU Pathway. Man, you talk about a program that changes lives. It's awesome. And they sponsor our campus notes each week. So let's start with that. And I'll start with BYU Hoops. We talked a little bit about Bruce Branch III. He's playing in the FIBA U18 under 18 America Cup in Leon, Mexico. 7 points, 6 rebounds versus Argentina in a win. 10 points, 11 rebounds versus Mexico in a win. 12 points, 14 rebounds versus Brazil in a win. 6 points, 4 boards versus Canada. USA lost 67-65 in last night's championship game. It ends its 7-year run as the tournament's gold medalist. But that was the United States had a chance to win at the end. They end up losing by 2. And now Bruce can come back and start working out with the guys, right? And get going. But the 6'7" McDonald's All-American, Gilbert, Arizona, 7'1" wingspan, as I mentioned. He's going to be a game changer for BYU. I'm so excited to see him in a BYU uniform. In other news in BYU hoops, AJ DeBonce and Richie Saunders will be involved in the NBA draft. We expect them both to get taken. That's June 23rd through 24th. And also, by the way, Colin Chandler, the Kentucky transfer, original BYU commit, comes back from his mission, goes to Kentucky. He's coming back home. Not only we're going to have Colin, Hannah, his wife, is going to join us on June 22nd on the Wise Guys. So that's going to be some fun stuff to have Colin and Hannah. And it's always best when the spouses of the athletes come.
It is because you learn so much. I still trying to get you guys to have that segment when you have multiple wives and players, and you guys do like a little game. That would be hilarious. And shout out to Jess. Is it Jess Cornwell? Thank you, Below, the best coming off the bench. There you go. Thank you.
Coming off the. So I would say Below, the best coming off the bench guy. Is that what we're gonna say?
I'm the sixth man, but I'm the third man. So in this scenario. So track and field national rankings, the women are 10th, which is a little surprising. And then the men are ranked 30th. Right. Coming up next for them, the NCAA Outdoor National Championships. That's Wednesday through Saturday in Eugene, Oregon.
There you go. Women's competitors that will compete in the nationals. Jane Hennegren, who we know, she's going to compete in the 10,000 and the 5,000. Jenna Hutchins is in the 10,000 meters. Carly Hansen in the 1,500 meters. Reagan Diamond is in the 3,000 meter steeplechase. BYU always has a steeplechaser in the finals. Yeah. Carmen Alder in 1,500. Taylor Lovell, 3,000 meter steeplechase. Paige Rasmussen will be running the 100 meters and the 200 meters. And Christy Solomon will be in the 800 meters. Tessa Buswell in the 800 meters. Zoe Bonds in the heptathlon. And Kaya Fisher will be in the discus.
That's a lot of females.
And depth is what it's all about, right? So what about on the men's side?
So for the men's side, you have Carter Cutting, who is in the 1,500.
Could win it. Yep. Could win it.
Yep. Tavon Kitchen, 5,000 meter. Isaac Hendegren, which is 5,000 meter. Ben Barden, the decathlon, and then the men's 4x400 relay.
There you go. So not as much depth. That's why men are 30th.
That makes sense.
Women have enough depth that they could finish higher than 10th. And depth is what it's all about at the NCAAs. Yeah. Men's golf, big news. Todd Miller has been named as the head coach. Longtime assistant, succeeds Bruce Brockbank, who retired after the NCAA tournament. Todd will join us next week at Redmond Night with the Wise Guys. So he's going to be on the show next week. So
I can't wait, man.
It's a great time. Bruce Brockbank, such tremendous success, has been such a great icon at BYU, and built this golf program. Now Todd Miller takes that over, moves from the assistant role to the head role. We mentioned Kihei Akina. He was named Ping First Team All-American and the Big 12 Outstanding Freshman and a member of the Big 12 All-Freshman team. He'll play in the British Amateur next week.
Crazy. That's crazy, man.
Amazing. So cool stuff.
The golden age.
Yeah.
Right.
So the Big Four freshmen.
Yep.
Did they live up to expectations? We're going to go through their names, and you tell us on the chat what impresses you the most about each of them. It was fun to hear Harvey's take because he's been close to all of these four about what he thought about these four, and it was all outside of how great they are in the sports. What's impressed you the most about these four? Tell us what you think. AJ DeBonce, Big 12 Freshman of the Year, projected number 1 pick in the NBA draft. Bear Bachmeier, Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year. Jane Hennegren, Big 12 Women's Outdoor Outstanding Freshman of the Year, Big 12 Indoor Outstanding Freshman of the Year.
Keep going.
UST-FCCCA Indoor National Women's Track Athlete of the Year, Big 12 Women's Cross Country Runner of the Year. What hasn't she done? What about Jane? What impresses you? And then Kihei Akina, we mentioned him, Golf Coaches Association of America, National Freshman of the Year, Big 12 Outstanding Freshman of the Year, and member of the Big 12 All-Freshman team.
You know what's interesting is when you, so on paper, I mean, Jane obviously like just kills everybody, but you also have to understand that Bear plays in a sport that involves, what's my math? I ain't go to school. I ain't go to class. 22 minus 1, 21 other players.
Right, 21 other players. Right.
Sorry, it took me a while. And the same thing with AJ, right? There's more, and he could have a little bit more control because it's basketball. But I think when you start looking at the individual sports, it's a lot easier to rack up some of these awards. I'm not saying that in a negative or a weird way, but it's just a little bit harder when you're on a team sport to
stand out that much.
Well,
these guys,
and so to your point, I think the comparison may somewhat be equal, maybe somewhat, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe not Bear so much, but AJ. So
well, we expect, and think about it. You know, AJ's going in the draft, probably the number 1 pick. Bear, Jane, and Kihei all back. Jane's still got some work to do.
Yeah.
This next week in the NCAAs, but they're all back as sophomores next year.
Golden
which
age.
is unbelievable.
Golden age.
Let's talk soccer. And I was able to participate in the first thing we're talking about. The Korean Republic beat El Salvador 1-0 on Southfield. World's Cup tune-up for Korea. Next match at Southfield will be the BYU Blue and White game. How cool was that? And in an amazing environment, we went to the game, sold out. The Provo embraces global international soccer, and South Korea is the top Asian team in the World Cup.
Yeah.
And so we got to see really, really high level soccer right there on Southfield. It was so cool.
This place from let's just talk about just sports, right? I've always said that Utah loves sports, and that's the number one thing. Obviously, why I came here, but we could talk about all the great stuff and the culture and the church, all that. But I'm saying when it comes to sports, like we love sport. This is a great place as a parent that I'm seeing as my kids are getting older. That it's like, yeah, okay, it's time to go. I hope I don't hit a dad in the mouth.
This is
being competitive.
This is a sports town.
Yeah,
it's really fun. So, our campus notes are presented by BYU Pathway Worldwide. Learn how to increase your education in a way that could benefit your life at byupathway.edu. BYU Pathway grad Melanie Zanche joins the show recently from Buenos Aires, Argentina. You can watch her interview at wiseguys.com. Really cool. It's our first remote from another country that we've ever done.
Interesting.
And she was awesome and talked about her path through BYU Pathway, and she's doing great things now and how BYU Pathway changed her life. Really, really cool. If you haven't seen that one, go under the Z's down in Zanche. Melanie did a great job on the show. She joined us here, so go check that out. BYU Pathway Worldwide, thanks for sponsoring our campus notes. Another sponsor that we want to talk about is Quick Quack Car Wash, the proud sponsors and supporter of Wise Guys. The company was founded by BYU grads. They do something special every time they open a new location. Quick Quack holds a fundraiser for someone in need in that direct vicinity around wherever they're having a grand opening. And for a day, all of what people pay for the car wash goes to that special cause, right? It's really cool. So Quick Quack holds a fundraiser. They're going to have, in need of new Utah locations, they're coming to South Ogden, Provo, Salt Lake City, Murray, and Sandy. So they're taking nominations for anybody that you know is in need in those areas. So South Ogden, Provo, Salt Lake City, Murray, and Sandy. If you know somebody who could use a little help, go to quickquack.com/preview fundraiser and submit your suggestion. No matter where you are in the country, when you see Quick Quack Car Wash, know that company is run by BYU grads. They support BYU athletics and the Wise Guys, and they support the local community. Give them your business. We love your slogan. We love their slogan.
Yeah.
Don't drive dirty. Yeah. That's what they always say. Don't drive dirty.
What's that song? Catch me riding dirty.
Yeah.
Catch me riding dirty. You know that song? Yeah, that's
not. You don't drive your car dirty. You take it to Quick Quack and you get it washed there. And know there's BYU guys and know that they're doing great things for the community.
I actually told Dave this once. found out that they were a sponsor, I stopped going to the competitor and I went over.
There you go. I think it's really cool how these grand openings, they first of all, they give away free car washes, but then on one day they say, hey, the car wash is free, but donate. And we're going to give it all to this person that needs help. It's really, really cool what they're doing.
Cool
so,
stuff.
and we got Cathy ready to go now, our super fans. So tonight's BYU super fan joins us live from Washington State, where she's one of our most loyal viewers on both the Wise Guys and all of our BYU TV stuff below. So she's seen you there. It's our pleasure to welcome Cathy Warner Habing via Zoom from Lynden, Washington, which is about 5 minutes from the U.S.-Canadian border. Cathy, how's it going?
It's going good. Now we're finally in.
There you go. We got you. Did you have a hard time finding your way in via Zoom here?
Nah, I did. I'm not very technically. I'm technically challenged, I guess you could say.
It's okay. I'm the same way too.
Brian
Cathy.
says that he is too, Cathy. So it's all good. So the first question I have is Lynden anywhere close to Blaine, Washington? Because I was telling Bilo that Blaine, Washington is the last town you drive through before you go into Canada if you're going up from Seattle. Is Lynden anywhere near there?
Yes. Well, Blaine is about 20 minutes away, but that's the last town when you're driving up into Canada on I-5. But if you go further inland, about 20 miles inland, we have a border crossing in Lynden too.
Very cool. So if you're like Brian, we're illegal in this country, it's probably better to go through Lynden on a less busy road, because Brian's always trying to get in and out of the country illegally.
No, I'm not. I don't ride dirty anymore since Quick Whack. So.
Since Quick Whack. So, Cathy, we're glad.
Brian, did you play for Edmonton?
I did play for Edmonton.
There you go.
Oh,
I was an Eskimo.
I've been in Edmonton very much. I have family in Edmonton.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. They said that it's like, for those that aren't aware of the CFL, it's like the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So
Edmonton's big time.
So a lot of the
Warren Moon played with Edmonton, didn't he?
Yeah,
Played for the Eskimos. Yeah.
So we had our own indoor facility, and a lot of the older players, because I was there my rookie year after BYU, they were like, "Dude, you have no idea the facilities." And me, I'm like, this is nothing. This is horrible compared to BYU.
Hey, I'll tell you this though, Cathy, I'm impressed. Like I'm about to ask you what other reasons make you a BYU super fan.
That's impressive.
But
for her to
the
know
fact that you knew that Brian Logan played his professional football with the Edmonton Eskimos up in Canada in the CFL.
That's why she's super fan.
Is highly impressive. What else makes you a BYU super fan?
Well, I've been going to BYU games since I was a rugrat. And I'm no longer a rugrat. But my great uncle was a manager of football teams. My uncle was the first professional football player from BYU. And my dad was the youngest in the family, and that's what we did. That was our entertainment, was BYU football and BYU basketball.
You said your uncle was the first professional player. Tell us who your uncle is.
Max Warner, Max Greasy Warner.
Max Greasy Warner.
He's in the Hall of Fame. He played 1 year for the St. Louis Gunners, and they were not in a league. They were like an independent team, but it was wartime, and they just didn't keep going. So then he coached in Park City, and then he coached basketball and football at Provo High School, and then he was the dean of boys at Provo High School.
Wow! So you've been following it and been part of it and watching these games in person and following it for forever and ever. So let's play a game for the next however long. Like, just start dropping names. Tell me some of the names you've watched play over the years here, the great players that you've had a chance to watch in person.
Well, oh man. Go back and back. But, I watched Virgil Carter, but I watched before Virgil.
So before
Virgil and Phil were friends of mine.
Phil Odell?
And
yeah.
Phil Odell, yeah. In fact, when I was in Detroit one summer, and they came and got me, and I spent the weekend with them, and Phil was out of town. And well, anyway, Susan came and got me, and I spent the weekend with him. And Bill was out of town, and he came back in town. And then one time when Virgil came, when he was playing for Cincinnati, he came, and I talked to him after the football game. Virgil had a sister a year younger than me that I was good friends with.
So Virgil played for the Cincinnati Bengals. What it kind of started the whole we forget about Virgil, but a great player.
I think about that often, that there weren't really, he really started the throwing the ball. He was in my ward. So
I love it. I love it. And you watch players like Dick Nemelka play.
Dick Nemelka, Condon.
Oh yeah,
I remember when they announced that Utah State basketball player that was electrocuted. What was his last name? Estes or something like that.
Estes, yeah.
At a BYU basketball game, because I grew up going to the field house to watch basketball, not to watch volleyball.
Did you ever get to meet the great Kresimir Kojic?
I walked behind him, but I met Anna.
There you go. This is like Cathy's got a who's who of the great history. But you've also known some of the more recents, like Frankie Fredericks, the great track star, and
Frankie was a friend. He was a roommate of a friend of mine. And then he was. I had a business by BYU, and he knew some of my employees, and he'd come in. But yeah, I knew Frankie. I knew,
Cathy,
I used to go and watch him run. And I would say, I'd say to our friend, I'm trying to think of his name. All of a sudden it slipped me. But anyway, and Joseph, I say, Joseph, why is he running so slow? He'd say, Cathy, you just wait. He's going to take it. And so, okay. But anyway, it was real. It was
and 200,
really,
he would start out
and
Frankie's former world record. I think he still holds the world record in 200 meters indoors.
Really?
Yeah, and he's a 4-time silver medalist in the 100 and 200 meters in the Olympics. And one of the greatest athletes in the history of BYU. Then he served on the International Olympic Committee for years and years. And Cathy was just a buddy of his. So she goes way back. You watch Jamal Willis play. You watch Ty Detmer play.
Yeah, I'm friends with Jamal and Leslie.
There you go.
They're so sweet, and I'm friends with Stephanie and oh my gosh, Nixon. I'm friends with the Nixons.
With the Nixons.
I knew Ty. I knew. It's so funny because I posted this on my webpage. On my Facebook page that I was going to be here, and Scotty Charlton sent me a message. It was, that's going to be fun. And I said, not as much fun as we used to have. But anyway, I know a lot of players.
You've been part of it. If you're talking back Virgil and Kresimir and these guys, you've been part of it for your whole life.
Cathy, I never knew that I would.
Remember the name Casey Boyette?
Yeah.
Remember? He and Phil came at the same time.
Oh my goodness.
Cathy, I never knew that I would meet somebody that knew more people than Uncle B.
So she's right there. She's right there.
I have to.
Yeah.
I have to tell you though about my experience with Uncle B that he doesn't know.
Yes. Oh no!
Yes. I put it in my form that I filled out. But I was a tour guide on Temple Square before they had sister missionaries. Mm-hmm. And at Christmas time, one year I worked on Friday night. Do you know anything you did in December on Friday night, Blaine? But anyway.
No, Cathy, but you're going to tell me.
Tell us.
I'm going to tell you. You were playing in a bowl game against Michigan.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. I forgot it was a Friday night, but yeah.
Yeah, you can tell us.
This is why I know, because I was working on Temple Square that night. So I had a transistor radio with me, and my assignment that night was to welcome people to watch the film Luke 2. Mm-hmm. So I would go down and I would welcome people to Luke 2 and hope that they would have a great experience. And by the way, if you're interested, the score of the football game is Michigan such and such and BYU such and such. And I'd leave and I'd listen to my transistor radio while they watched Luke 2, and then the next group would come in and I'd repeat. Only the score would be different.
I love it.
That's hilarious.
So yeah,
That's
that
funny.
was a fun game to be part of for sure.
That's a real fan, right? That's a real
Cathy,
supporter
thanks
fan
for
right
listening
there.
to us on the transistor while you were doing missionary work
Right, that's
at
what I'm
Temple
saying.
Square. That's like that certainly qualifies you as a super fan. You've been part of it. Not just have you been a great fan, but you've been a good friend to a lot of the athletes and their families over the years. So congratulate you on all that you've done, and thank you for your great support for so many years. And what's BYU sports meant to you over all of these years? I know that your husband passed away just a couple of years ago, and he loved BYU sports as well.
No, he didn't.
He didn't? What are you talking about?
He wasn't in that. He was into the Edmonton Oilers.
Oh,
okay. Hockey.
But he wasn't into sports like I was. None of his kids. I'm the wicked stepmother, but none of his kids, and we're really into sports. But
man.
I was probably, well, our whole family was into sports, and in fact, my brother-in-law worked down at is it the Legacy? Is that what it is? Where they have the down at the.
Oh, like you're talking about student athlete building where Legacy Hall is and all that? Yeah.
He got to know some of the student athletes. That was really fun. That was really fun for him. Yeah.
Well, we're grateful to you for all of your support. Even though it sounds like the rest of the family didn't support him like you did, you've been a big part of it for years and years.
No, they did, because our family was all together. My family was. My brother would always say he was a Ute fan, but
I was going to say that sounds like Utah fans.
Yeah, we do. You have to. There's one of those in every family.
Yeah,
I feel
it's got to
like,
be. There's one bag.
Yeah, there has to be, you know.
Well, Cathy.
But he went to Hawaii to a BYU football game.
There you go.
And while he was in Hawaii for the BYU football game, I won a trip to Hawaii over the radio on KSL. So, you know.
So he got converted then.
But I wasn't going to the football game.
Yeah. So I would also go. I would go to a Utah game if I got to go for free to Hawaii. So I would say that.
Right.
Well, Cathy, we're gonna do with you. We're gonna finish.
Let me finish. Let me tell you one more thing though. We were walking down the street when we were in Hawaii. And gosh, who was the coach of the baseball game then? I can't even remember.
Coach Pullins, Gary Pullins, maybe?
My dad and I. It was who?
Gary Pullins? Was it Gary Pullins?
No, I think it was before that.
Well, if it was before that, it was Glenn Tuckett probably.
Oh,
was it baseball team?
It was baseball. It was either, I can't remember which one it was, but they were walking down the street and Dad said, "Oh, that's so-and-so." And so we talked to him. And we said, "What are you doing here?" And they said, "Oh, we have a game tonight against the University of Hawaii." So my dad and I, my mother wasn't feeling well, so my dad and I went to the Hawaii baseball game. I tell you, they whistle like a bird the whole game. it was so crazy. But we sat next to some boosters, and they took us back to our hotel.
Wow.
It was really fun.
That's fun stuff. So, well, great memories over a lot of years. We're glad to have superfan Cathy Warner Habing on with us on the Wise Guys, presented by Brady Plus, my Mountain America Credit Union. We're going to finish up with what we do with all of our guests, Cathy. We're going to give five questions. And we're going to take you just whatever comes. And you know most of these because you've seen this, but they're a little different specifically for you. So Belo's going to take you through. He's going to go through them rapid fire, and you're just going to throw those answers out.
Okay, Cathy, 2-minute drill. You have one timeout left. Favorite sports movie?
My favorite sports movie is probably, the one that everybody likes.
Oh, Remember the Titans. Remember the Titans?
Remember the Titans.
There you
yeah.
go. Okay.
Number 2, favorite singer or band?
Well, I have both. Well, I really like Lou Rawls.
Lou Rawls, you'll never find as long as we both live.
Blum, blum, blum.
And you know
Someone
who
who
else
loves
I really
you like I do.
I love that
sing
song. But
Okay.
I also like Dave Brubeck.
Dave, I don't even know that one. I did know Lou Rawls. So you got to give me a little credit for that. So
He's jazz.
okay.
Okay, number 3, favorite BYU football player?
Oh, well, I should say my Uncle Max, right? But
Well,
I
you
have
can say
so
me.
many.
Say me.
I don't know, but I can say both of you.
That's man, that's awesome.
I didn't say Uncle B. I
You
said
know,
me.
but you know,
Just me.
you know who who one of the people that I loved so much was Kent Griffith.
Yeah, there you go.
don't
Kent's a good one. What about Ty Detmer? He seemed like a good
I
one.
love Ty.
Steve
Yeah,
Young.
Ty. I really like Ty. I was friends with Kim. Kim and I went down to the bowl game together the year before he won the Heisman.
There you go. So Ty and Kim, former Kim Herbert, now Kim Detmer. There you go. Okay, we'll go with Ty.
Okay, number 5, last one. Favorite game on the fall football schedule
This year?
Yeah.
You know, in honor of my father who went to the Notre Dame game, the first one, back in South Bend.
Yeah, back in South Bend.
It would have to be Notre Dame.
There you go.
Okay.
More than Utah,
Yeah.
Notre Dame.
I think that's catching a lot of steam, man.
Yeah, it is. No, everybody's loving that Notre Dame one. So, Cathy, we're so glad to have you on tonight.
I think it's because they're expected to be rated so high, you know. And,
preseason number 2.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited about this team this year. I just think we've got some really great young men on this team, and I'm really excited about them. They have a goal. They have a desire. So
It's a Big 12 championship this year or bust. So there you go.
Yeah, it really is.
Cathy, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks
for
Cathy.
coming on with us. Thanks for being a super fan, and have a great summer up there in Linden, Washington, right on the border.
Oh, we will. Thank you. Have a good day.
Neighbors of Blaine, Washington. There you go. Thanks, Cathy. We'll see you.
Okay, bye-bye.
So if you're a BYU super fan, we'd love to have you come on the show and do what Cathy just did. We'll put the link in the live stream and the show notes at wiseguys.com. So you just fill out the form. We'll make it happen. Wise Guys is a show for all of Cougar Nation around the world. So no matter what country you live in, or where you're at here in the United States, even if you're right here in Utah, if you're close, we'll bring you in the studio. If you're coming into town, we'll bring you in the studio, or we can do it via live stream.
The fact that she knew that I played for Edmonton.
That's crazy.
That's right. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. So,
Yeah.
hey, before we do our On This Day, wanted to mention that we love our relationship with CougarTribe, a new relationship we have. It's a great way to connect with so many of you beyond the live show. CougarTribe kind of keeps chat going and all that all during the week. If you haven't checked it out yet, make sure you head over to CougarTribe.com and join the community. It's where the conversation keeps you going all week long. It's free. Everything we tell you to do is free, right, Bilo? So each week we ask CougarTribe members we ask for CougarTribe members to submit questions to us. And tonight we selected 5 that we'll be answering after the show. And then you can go get the answers to those questions only at CougarTribe. So 2 of the 5 came from 2 CougarTribe members, and each of them will receive 1,000 Cougar coins to spend on the website. So you get to buy stuff there, Cougar stuff there. So congratulations to Ryan Howell and Stu Boy this week, who submitted the questions that we're going to use. The other 3 questions this week came from CougarTribe staff. So we'll dive into those right after the show when we wrap right here tonight, and those full answers will be exclusively at CougarTribe tomorrow morning. So if you haven't joined CougarTribe yet, you need to go and join CougarTribe. It's a lot of fun. So, all right, Bilo, let's wrap this thing up with On This Day, June 8th. Why don't you take us to 1789 and start?
On this day, 1789, James Madison introduces a proposed Bill of Rights to the House of Representatives.
There you go. In 1917, Walt Disney graduated from Benton High School. Disney, 1917.
Dang, I'm old. 1942, Bing Crosby records Silent Night.
Love Bing Crosby singing Christmas music.
I have no idea who that is.
You don't know who Bing Crosby is? Mm-mm. Oh, man, he's one of the greatest of all time. So you didn't know Lou Rawls either, though, did you?
I had no idea. I was playing. Sorry, Cathy, if you keep watching.
Okay.
If you're still watching.
So 1955, the Brooklyn Dodgers option pitcher Tommy Lasorda, former Hall of Fame manager, to make room on the roster for future Hall of Fame pitcher Sandy Koufax.
Koufax sounds.
Yeah, I think that was a good move.
Yeah,
it was a good move.
1966, the NFL and AFL announced merger plans to form one league with 2 conferences, NFC and AFC, starting in 1970, which is probably going to be the SEC and the Big Ten.
There you go. In 1968, Dodgers pitcher Don Drysdale pitches a record 58th consecutive scoreless inning.
1984, the year that Unk became a champion. Ghostbusters premieres in the U.S. theaters.
It was huge.
I
Ghostbusters
watched that.
was it was huge. So, and in 2002, on this day, June 8th, Lennox Lewis knocks out Mike Tyson to retain the WBC heavyweight title. Lennox Lewis. So, how about June 8th birthdays?
1925, Barbara Bush.
There you go. Great first lady. In 1927, Jerry Stiller, the actor, he plays Frank Costanza on Seinfeld. He was born on June 8th in 1927.
1951, Bonnie Tyler, singer, Total Eclipse of the Heart. Another one.
Do you know
I don't
Bonnie Tyler?
No.
Nothing I can say, total eclipse of the heart. No, nothing. Nope. Man, we need to get you to listen to more music.
I know.
June 8th, deaths. On this day in 1845, Andrew Jackson, the 7th president of the United States, passed.
2024, Frank Arnold, BYU basketball coach, 1975 to 1983, led the Cougars to the Elite Eight in 1981.
Yeah, Frank Arnold, great human being. So our inspirational quote of the week is from Andrew Jackson.
The planter, the farmer, the mechanic, and the laborer form the great body of people of the United States. They are the bone, the sinew of the countrymen who live liberty and desire nothing but equal rights and equal laws. Like that.
There you go. Yep. That's what makes up the backbone of this country. Jim Evans talked about the people of this country and what he loved about it. It's very similar to that, right?
So, theme,
thanks to Jim Evans for being on the show. Executive Director of Americans Freedom Festival at Provo. Harvey Scott from Redmond, had a great conversation with him, and BYU superfan Cathy Warner Habing. Also, we thank Dave for joining us from the Deseret News High School Sports Awards at the Grand America Hotel. He was here.
Still saying names right now?
Next week, we'll remind you again, Wise Guys will be live from the Redmond Heritage Farm Store on 8th North and Orem, where we'll be broadcasting live from 6 to 8. Lots of special guests, free tacos, Re-Lyte drinks. If you're in Utah, come hang out with us next Monday night. I think it'll be a lot of fun. A Redmond night with the Wise Guys. If you're not in Utah, join us like you always do from 6 to 8 on our live stream here from there to around the world. Reminder of Stadium of Fire. Get your tickets for Stadium of Fire featuring Brad Paisley, stadiumoffire.com. And Wise Guys is presented by Brady Plus. Supplies, support, find out more at bradyplus.com.
And by Mountain America Credit Union, empowering dreams for over 80 years. Find out what they can do for you at macu.com.
Our Re-Lyte Athlete of the Week was presented by Redmond. The secret is in the salt. Learn what it can do for you at redmond.com. This week's Re-Lyte Athlete of the Week was Kihei Akina.
And Wise Guys is distributed by the Deseret News.
We'll see you next week with a brand new show live on location
The first
from
one.
Redmond Farms. There you go. See you next week, y'all.